Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Gilded Flask, where adventure is never far. We are glad to be back. It's been a while, but we are back with a wonderful adventure for you guys. We're so excited. Yes, the Dungeons of Drakkenheim is going to be an amazing story. My name is Barry, DM Barry, and I will be your dungeon master for this adventure. And I'm joined by three wonderful people. Please introduce yourselves.
Hello, I am Daniel. I'm going to be playing Corey Flintz, the Tabaxi Artificer. So excited.
Hi, I'm Morgan, and I play Briar Aurelia, the Tiefling Fighter, and I'm so excited to see you guys.
Hi, I'm Jed. I'm going to be playing Petro, the Purple Paladin of the Sacred Flame, and I have far too many dice. I'm deciding which ones I want to use today. So,
yes, awesome. So we play Dungeons and Dragons every week on Fridays at 6 p.m. EST, which should be right now, more or less 7 minutes ago, on Twitch. But you can also watch our playthroughs on YouTube as well. We post them in the start of next week. So you can watch us live on Fridays or watch us on YouTube if you can't make it. If you can't watch us, but you'd rather listen to us on the go, you can also do that because we have a podcast on most of the big podcast platforms. We're on Apple Podcasts. I believe we're on Spotify, Pocket Cast. Like basically, you just look for us and you should be able to find us on your favorite podcast platform. So you can listen to us on the go. Other than that, we have some socials. If you're on YouTube, our socials should be down below. If you're on Twitch, they should be in the panels, or you can go to thegildedflask.com for an entire list and more information about us and our show. We have a couple of awesome people that we'd like to say thank you to, because we can't make this just by ourselves. There's people that make music, there's people that make art, and like we've been collaborating with so many wonderful people. We just want to say thank you to all of them. We'll provide a complete list of all of them in the YouTube description if you want to know more about them. And obviously, please like and subscribe over there. Mandatory. And with that, let's head into the ruins of Drakkenheim.
Drakkenheim. Once the glittering jewel of Westamar, beacon of civilization, academic study, and religious pursuit. But one fateful day, death fell from the heavens, razing the once vibrant city to rubble. Then, sickness, pandemonium, and monstrous mutations that overtook the few who survived. And yet, beneath the decay and calamity, the remains of Drakkenheim revealed a new secret. Whispers of this discovery crept across the lands. Delirium. Survivors, crusaders, and fortune seekers from near and far battled for dominance, ruthlessly vying for power over the ruined city. In the midst of chaos, three heroes stand ready to survive, to rebuild, and perhaps to profit. And the key to their success may lie deep in the dungeons of Drakkenheim.
I have to say it for an intro that it was badass, wasn't it? We are so insanely proud of that intro. I have to say it. We make a lot of our things ourselves, and this is one of the things that we did. Jed put a lot of effort into making this intro look the way it did, and I mean that's a professional intro, isn't it? So Jed, thank you so much for that effort. I'm so
thank you.
proud.
And good job with the voiceover, Barry.
Mhm.
Yes, amazing.
I mean, as a DM, right? Like, you kind of have to. All right, so we have a story for you guys. The Dungeons of Drakkenheim. It is a wonderful adventure made by the Dungeon Dudes, and Daniel and I have been a fan of the first hour when they released it on YouTube. And we always wanted to play it, and then recently they partnered up with the Wizards of the Coast, and it's available now on D&D Beyond. And when it was there, snatched it up immediately, started prepping, like, we need to play this, and well, here it is, our rendition of the Dungeons of Drakkenheim. We can't wait to share this with you guys. So, we have a story for you, and I think, without further ado, we can jump into our little story. So, let's head on out to Drakkenheim. And here we are. My good friends, my viewers, everyone, Drakkenheim is no more. Once a jewel of civilization, its spires stretched towards the heavens, its streets thrummed with life and energy. But that was before the fateful day when a meteor rent the sky, shattering the city and leaving nothing but ruins in its wake. 15 years have passed since that cataclysmic event, and in the wake of Drakkenheim's destruction, the city became a battleground for the desperate, the ambitious, and the ruthless. 5 factions with their own beliefs, their own ideals, and their own visions for the future are at constant odds, leaving the current fate of Drakkenheim to be anyone's guess. Even the lands surrounding the city of Drakkenheim, indeed the whole continent, would be impacted by a destruction so severe. Farmland surrounding the city slowly began to stop giving crops, eventually turning into barren wastelands. Their owners moving to find a better future. And several major bloody wars ravaged the countryside, but now the dust was finally settling a little, so to speak. And beyond this destruction, the disarray, and the politics, life would continue at a relatively normal pace. Merchants still operated out of small villages far enough away from Drakkenheim to not be too severely impacted. And ale still flowed in many an inn and tavern. Those in need of work would find it. And one such individual, in search of constant work, was Briar. Briar, if someone would look at you, what would they see?
They would see what they would assume was an elf, given her pointed ears, but yet her unusual lilac skin color and her eyes would seem to indicate that she was something else entirely. Drow, possibly? Odd. However, no one's been able to look into her eyes long enough to really be able to tell for sure. So with that cold gaze, it just sends a chill down their spine. Did something just move under her shirt?
Indeed, a bit of a mystery by nature, kind of looking like an elf, but you're actually something else, right? You are a... Can I share it?
Yeah, go ahead.
I just want to make sure. You're a tiefling by nature, but you're shaving off your horns to not pass as a tiefling, but rather pass as something more human, or like an elf. You were born from a noble house, but you're carving out a life for yourself. For her own reasons, she navigated the chaos with a grace born of necessity. She was a mercenary by trade, her skills honed through countless battles fought amidst the chaos. A mercenary's work is never done. And despite the darkness that surrounded her, Briar's resolve remained unbroken, her spirit undaunted by the trials that she faced. Briar had a contract that needed fulfilling. So, you're the mercenary, bit scrawny. I'm Rupert Big. Everyone calls me Big Rupert. I got work for you.
Pleasure to meet you, Big Rupert. I may be small, but I am very quick and efficient with my work. What do you need done?
Well, I need someone that can act quickly. There is a messenger coming to Emberwood Village. He's currently carrying a message that I would rather see disappear. The pay is good, and if you can meet this gentleman on the road and see if you can intercept this message, I'd be very grateful.
Okay. What kind of letter are we looking at here? And looks of the appearance of this carrier as well. I'd prefer to have good details to know exactly what I'm looking for.
Yes. Never you mind what's in the letter. That is going to be part of your deal not to know. Maybe it's better that you don't know.
Hmm.
But the man that is carrying this message supposedly is going to be a rather large fellow. Rather tall and broad-shouldered. Nothing you can't handle, right?
Nothing I can't handle myself. How much are we talking the pay will be?
It's important to me. Let's say 100 gold.
That works for me.
Oh, wonderful. Now, I always do business with a little contract, so if you could just sign over here. And he produces a paper that has a lot of like little fine print on it and a line at the bottom.
All right. I will go ahead and sign away.
Wonderful. Well then, I wish you good luck, and when you're done, come see me for your payment.
I will see you very shortly.
Wonderful.
Sir Briar accepted the contract, and she left for one of the roads traveling through Westamar. As the day turned to night, turned to day, Briar suddenly noticed a lone traveler that fit the description. Big in stature, slowly making his way. Just down the road, slowly pacing forward, was Petro. Petro looked rather tall for a human. Or was he? Petro, if people would look at you, what would they see?
Tall indeed. They'd see a human man, over 6 feet tall. Blue eyes, dirty blonde hair, and a rugged but shaped beard. He wears this glimmering plate armor with purple adornments, carries a large maul with a silver handle, and an engraved silver shield bearing the symbol of the sacred flame. Not quite a full-fledged knight, but clearly an aspiring one.
So you are towering and stoic, and you're a furbolg, but you are hiding that, right?
Well, I wouldn't say that I'm presenting as a furbolg at the moment. I'd look much more like a human. Large one. Not sure how good of a job I did with my disguise, but I don't tend to walk out in the open in my furbolg form.
Fair enough. So towering and stoic, the furbolg paladin wandered the winding path alone. A sense of duty guiding him through the land. Clad in armor adorned with the symbols of the faith, Petra's presence would command certain respect. If it wasn't hidden away under the hooded cloak, almost as if he's shying away from any prying eyes. Petra seemed in thought, almost dreamy, acting out a conversation with some of his friends from a long time ago. Now, Petra, watch the tadpole. It looks like a fish now, but surely the power of nature will give it legs, and it'll hop as a frog soon enough.
So the tadpole, it adapts to its environment. It turns into a frog. Wow, that's so cool. Nature is so cool.
Yes, nature is cool, and nature adapts. It's one of the strengths of nature, Petro. Something you should always remember. Ah, Petro, just look at you. A fine young man you're becoming, Petro. Your parents are proud of you.
Oh, well, I don't really have parents per se. It's more like we kind of get raised just by our whole community in the Furbolg village. Well, there's some really nice older people and some younger people who have helped me with certain things, but for the most part, I don't really think about them as parents. In fact, there's a lot of weird customs that you humans have that we don't really follow, but we kind of go along with it just so that we kind of fit in a little more.
Yes. Yes, I suppose. But you're doing well, Petro, and
Oh,
there's a
thank
lot
you.
of people very proud of you.
Oh, well, that sure means a lot. I couldn't have gotten here without you, Jordan. It's means a lot to me that you would look after me like this.
Human, elf, or furbolg, what the sacred flame consumes will all turn to ash. Recruit. Underneath it all, we're all the same. Now head to the barracks. I believe the ceremony is about to begin. Make us proud.
Barracks, ceremony. Got it. Okay.
As Petra moved past a large set of oak trees and some bushes, Briar suddenly leaped from her hiding spot, sword at the ready.
You there.
Huh?
I require the letter that you're currently carrying on your person. I don't
you
wish
need
to
a
kill
letter?
you. Yes. I require the letter that's on your person. I would prefer to not cut you in a million pieces just for this, but I would do anything if any possible to get this letter off of you.
Oh, well, I mean, I've got some parchment. I think I have a pen. What do you need written on the letter?
I don't need anything written on the letter. I need the letter that you're currently carrying on you.
Okay, well, let me see what I can do. And I kind of start like ruffling around in my little pouch. I pull out like a piece of parchment. Okay, so what's your name?
My name is Briar.
Dear Briar. Okay. What does the letter need to say?
Are you not the messenger that
Messenger.
you're not
I'm
a
a
messenger at
messenger of
all?
a sort. I'm here to spread the good news of the sacred flame. Have you heard of the sacred flame?
Oh god. Well, it seems I found the wrong person.
Oh,
Or was
who are we
given the
looking
wrong.
for?
I'm trying to find a messenger that is carrying a
Oh,
very specific letter, but
okay.
seeing as you're not him, I may need to wait a little bit longer to find the correct one.
No, as you can see, I am a human man, not a messenger.
Super convincing.
Yes, I can see that. So why are you out here anyway?
Oh, I'm headed to Drakkenheim. I'm gonna go spread the good news of the sacred flame. What about you?
Well, I was trying to get a contract completed, but seeing as how late it's getting, I may need to start again in the morning.
Oh, well, I mean, what's the contract? Maybe I can help you. I just got here and I'm just looking to make friends, really.
Really? Anyways, it's just to find a messenger for a letter. Not much
Okay.
description of that.
What's the messenger look like? What's their name?
I don't really have a name, but I know they are tall, well built, such as yourself. But
Yes.
that's unfortunately what I'm going by with this contract.
That's not much to go by. And I will say too that like through the course of this conversation, there's times when like Petro catches himself speaking in his own voice and then goes back to like trying to sound more like a human instead of his Furbolg self. And so he's kind of like going back and forth. But
I kind of want to make you roll for that.
It's your call.
Yeah, let's make the first roll of Drakkenheim be that. Make me a make me a performance check because you're trying.
That's perfect.
This is not deception. This is performance.
Yeah. All right, folks. We are we're set up on Foundry, and I am still learning it. So bear with me for one moment, please. +2. Okay. $16.
All right, not bad.
Ooh.
I'd say that is pretty convincing still.
All right. I won't roll against that then.
Go right ahead.
So, okay, so you need to find a large... You said you won't?
No, feel free.
Oh, I will go ahead and do that then. Let me
Okay.
find my token.
Are we gonna have combat? Like,
We're not rolling initiative.
I sense
We're not rolling
deception.
No.
Yeah, on guard.
Them's fighting words.
Give me that letter that you just wrote me.
So I attack with my my great hammer.
No, please.
You're
All right, am I
rude.
rolling insight or perception?
Let's make it insight.
Okay.
Super wise.
I'm rolling. Oh.
Yeah, no, he is.
Love
This
it.
is a human.
The most wise.
So very wise. All right.
Oh, yeah, I super am.
I can see that.
All right, so let's go find your friend. You said big person has a letter.
Yes. Large person
All right.
has a letter.
Do you want to try to go that way? It's as good a direction as any.
I was more waiting on this pathway since this is a more common route that messengers like to take on occasions and merchants and all such and that, but it depends on the light of the day. If it shines down in my favor to be able to find this person.
And it is getting rather late.
I mean, I was gonna go this way. I mean, you haven't had any luck on this road, so maybe we could just walk together.
Fine by me. I'm honestly at this point starting to think that this contract was a bust.
Sorry to hear that, but at least you made a new friend.
Friend.
By the way, I'm Petro. Some people call me Petro.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Petro.
I don't know if you could tell, but I'm an aspiring knight of the Sacred Flame.
I can see that. You mentioned that you're spreading the word of the Sacred Flame.
What's your name?
My name is Briar.
Oh, did you say that already? I forgot already. Sorry.
Yes, that is my name.
Okay, well, it's nice to meet you, Friar. I hope that we become really good friends.
Briar, and we'll
Briar.
see where that goes.
Okay.
So though their initial encounter was fraught with a bit of tension, Briar and Petro found that each other's company was a welcome difference to their lone existences that they've had grown accustomed to. Their journey led them to Amberwood Village, one of the last remnants of civilization, nestled a few miles outside of Drakkenheim.
2 decades ago, Amberwood Village was little more than a farmer's market, blacksmith, a pub, a small chapel, and a few dozen cottages. Now, it is one of the last few safe havens near Drakkenheim.
So as the duo entered the village, they decided to look for some supplies and a place to stay the night. Looking around the mostly deserted streets, they noticed a group of caravans in the middle of the town, around an old well. But just as they wanted to move closer, they heard the sound of an arrow striking wood. Triggered by survival instinct, the two immediately reached for their swords and looked where this came from. And down the eastbound alley, they spotted a man, clad in a dark raincoat and hood, and what seemed to be an upright cat excitedly chatting away in front of a run-down shop. The cat, or tabaxi rather, was Corey Flint's, proprietor of Flint's Import-Export Co. Corey, if someone would look at you, what would they see?
Well, Corey is a tabaxi male. He's essentially, like you said, a large upright cat. He has sandy fur, very green eyes, and slightly red on the ears. Most of his body isn't really visible, though, because it is clad head to toe in gadgetry and armor and items. And hanging at his belt, there are small boxes of what seem to be like little screwdrivers and tiny little tinkering hammers. Got files and even some lockpicks and a few other things in little leather pouches along his shoulder pads. And on both of his hands, he has some odd gauntlets. On one, it has a small upright sphere surrounded by concentric circles that look like they're articulable. They can move in and out, and it's weird. It can't really see what the purpose is. Couple of bow arms that are folded together look like they might be able to be moved into place, and some very odd metal claws at the end of one of his gauntlets. All of these are strapped to and sewed into and affixed with various methods to his armor, which is ostensibly just regular leather armor with a bunch of bits and bobs added to it. And he seems to be flickering with a little bit of odd, there's a shimmer about him, but can't really see what it is. And he's got these large orange goggles on top of his head that have a bunch of different little lenses that can articulate in front of it. And he's just, all of it looks ramshackle. Like he put together most of this stuff himself. You can spot maybe a little doorknob here or a couple of hinges there, little pieces and other bits and bobs added in. And he's very excitedly talking to this customer in front, holding a bow in front of a target.
A very peculiar sight to see. The small tabaxi was by all accounts trying to demonstrate, indeed, and perhaps sell something to the man in front of him. So you're sure this'll work?
Oh, yeah, of course. So, like I said, you got yourself a regular bow and arrow. It's going to be kind of iffy. Basically, however skilled you are is how it's going to be, right? And you look pretty skilled, but you could always be more skilled. Come on. I hear that Aldor the Immense over there in his caravan, he's got a really fancy schmancy bow, like 1,000 gold. It's crazy. It's robbery, highway robbery, I tells you. So, over here, I will show you. I can make your regular everyday bow into something fancy schmancy for only what did we say earlier? 3, 5 gold? Nothing.
Well, if it works, I'm willing to pay money, but I'd like to see a demonstration.
All right, yeah, no worries. I completely understand. You are a very shrewd customer. I love working with people who know their craft, who know what they're doing. So as you can see, let me go ahead and let me fire your bow. I'm gonna fire it, and he fires at the target, and it hits a little bit off. In fact, he may have even been aiming a little bit off, but it's not dead center. All right. So you bow. Obviously, the sight's a little off. The edge is a little bit crooked, but I will fix it for you. Watch this. And he holds it up to a metal plate that is on the table, and he starts rubbing it on it, and you can see this little shimmeriness happening on the plate, and you might hear this whirring sound as something's happening. All right.
Okay.
So now you go ahead and try. And he hands the bow to the guy to fire at the target.
Okay. Here goes nothing. And he aims at the target and fires.
Dead center. Arrow hits right in the middle of the bullseye.
Like I said, you are an expert marksman, I imagine. But have you ever seen such a perfect shot?
That's better than what I usually do. That's rather amazing. This is going to serve me very well.
Oh yeah.
I'm sold. What would this go for?
I think we said 8 gold earlier, right?
I don't remember. But
yeah. For you you're an excellent customer. Like I said, very shrewd. I'm willing to go down to 5 gold. I'm basically just breaking even for you, okay?
I like that. I'll be sure to spread the good word. 5 gold is all right.
And he
Of course.
hands you 5 gold pieces.
Thank you very much. Thank you. For pleasure doing business for you. Now, I mean, if you ever come back, I got all kinds of other cool trinkets and bits and bobs. And if you ever have anything interesting to sell, I'll pick it up for you.
All right. Next in the village, I'll be sure to try and find you, Mr. Flint's, was it?
Yeah, Flint's.
Yeah.
Everyone calls me Flint's.
Wonderful. Well, thank you, and have a good day.
Yeah,
He says as he
you too,
he
Ricky.
tucks away the bow again. And he tucks away the bow and he turns around and walks off, seemingly content with his purchase.
And why wouldn't he be?
With the sale concluded, and another few coins in Corey's pocket, the man walked off as Petro and Briar came to talk to this peculiar salesman. And with the 3 heroes of our story meeting for the first time, this is where their journey started.
Hello, extra customers. How you doing? What can I help you with?
Oh, it seems like you really helped that guy that was here before us.
Oh yeah, definitely helped him out. He's it's always it does my heart good to help people who really are in need.
Well, that's wonderful. Flame be with you, friend.
Yeah, flame be with you. You're one of those guys, ain't you?
Oh, I'm just an acolyte, but sure am aspiring.
Right, you're a really big guy.
Oh, yeah, well, I mean, as you can tell, I'm a human man, and I'm quite tall.
Yes, very tall, and he's gonna sort of walk around like looking and not like trying to see through or anything, but just like almost appraising,
Sizing him up.
Yeah, appraising like a possible, hey, customer. you like is he holding any weapons or anything that looks like I can tell what he does?
Yeah, I would have like a large great hammer that I'm holding and carrying.
That is a very heavy looking implement there, my friend. Can you swing that?
Oh, I certainly can. I'm very strong.
I can tell. And what's your story, my friend? What is there anything I can help you with? To Briar, sorry. Oh, you're muted, sorry.
She speaks, but no sound comes out. Incredible.
For me, not too sure if I'm quite aware of your trinkets you sell. Do you happen to perhaps have any guns available by chance?
Oh, I forgot to mention. We're also looking for a letter if you have one of those.
Sure, I got letters. You need letters? How much we talking?
That's what I asked her.
No, he's not the messenger, Petro.
Oh, sorry. I'm new to this adventuring thing.
So wait, you're looking for someone. What are you doing? What are you up to? Looking for someone? Maybe I can help you out.
I'm on a contract trying to find a messenger. It's very tall in stature, but Petro's height here. But yet, I haven't had the chance to really find this messenger.
All right. I guess we can, keep an eye and ear out. If I hear anything, I'll let you know. For finder's fee, of course, couple. Yeah. But so
we'll discuss the fee.
Yeah, of course. What? So you're looking for somebody? Is this just like are you looking for a long lost friend? Is this a job? What are you doing?
It's a job. I'm a mercenary by trade.
Interesting. So, what are your normal fees for, let's say, like, guarding, or, seeking, finding, looting, looking, thieving, lifting?
Depends on what exactly you're looking for.
Well, I suppose... Okay, you guys look like a couple of really capable individuals.
Well, I will say I'm really good at lifting things.
Very nice. You look like you're really good at lifting things, and you're probably really good at the whole flame be with you thing, where you help the people. And can you burn things? What kind of flames we talking
it's
about?
not so much burning; it's more of a metaphorical flame. Have you heard of the sacred flame?
Yes, I have heard of that. I'm very well acquainted with the. In fact, I am.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, everyone. So yeah, you. So what kind of? You said you're an acolyte. So like you can you do any fancy stuff?
Oh, I can do some fancy stuff, I guess.
Okay.
What kind of fancy stuff are you looking for?
I don't know. I actually never really got that close to those self-right.
I mean, if somebody's hurt, like I can usually help them. That's one of the things that I can do. I actually went to
Really?
school for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So we got ourselves as a medic, and
Well, it's part of my mission. Yeah.
yeah. All right. And you obviously a mercenary type. Does she have any obvious weapons that she's carrying?
She's carrying swords, and she's got some hand axes.
Okay. So yeah, you look like you can handle yourself in a fight. I will tell you something. I don't really, reveal all of my behind the scenes kind of things. Step into my workshop, and walk backwards towards this kind of a ramshackle hut.
Oh boy, my
So
first workshop. I'm so excited for this.
Flint's import. Yeah, I got pictures for everything, my friend.
I love it.
So Flint's Import Export Co. looks definitely ramshackle. It must have come cheap, and I don't know how you got by this, Corey, but there's a fair chance that you might have either just like took ownership of this because it was empty.
Squatters' rights.
Yeah, I figured as much.
So,
It's amazing. It's still standing. That's the quality we're talking about here.
There's like a small hammock hanging up kind of near the rafters. He's got little stations where there's polishing things where you can maybe make something look a little newer or better and stuff like that. A bunch of little workstations. And he brings you over to a station where there's correct me if I'm wrong, Papa, but he's basically got some little sketches and of purple crystals and some potentially even some like dust, some like purplish looking dust.
Sure.
All right.
So, because this is the start of the story, I'll be injecting a lot of like lore and just like surrounding information because it's important to the story. So yeah, the crystal you're talking about is delirium. Since the events of Drakkenheim have happened about 15 years ago, there's just a lot of information that is sort of publicly available, at least parts of it. Now, delirium is one of those things. The delirium crystals, the purple crystals that you're talking about, are crystals that originate in the city of Drakkenheim. Nobody really knows why they're there and where they come from, but everyone links it to the crashing down of the meteor, which would be the most logical explanation. There is a lot to say about these crystals, but a lot of people do agree on the fact that there is something magical about them, and they do come out at a high price if you find some of them. You've noticed that they do sell rather well with the caravan traders in the city.
Oh, are either of you familiar with the term delirium, or shiny purple rock, as some people like to call it?
Oh yeah, no, the sacred flame taught me about that. They said it was really bad, and we need to get rid of all of it.
Okay, that's all right. Well, do you know why?
Oh, I was there for that lesson, but I don't remember.
Well, what it is it's kind of like holding a fire in your hand, like a real fire, not a sacred fire, all that crap. So like if you were to grab this, it'd be like grabbing a coal, like a metal coal, burning it would burn you, right? You don't want that. So a lot of people, they're like, for safety, you can't touch it. You don't want to touch it. You got to get rid of it. I'm like, yeah, okay, I understand. But what if you could use that? Like, I'm going to build a fire. I'm going to cook a chicken, make some food, right?
Oh, I didn't know it was for cooking. That's not what they taught me at all, I don't think.
Well, no, I don't mean no. So I'm just saying, if you could use something that was dangerous, but for like a good purpose, like this. Here, let me show you. And he's going to go over to one of his little knickknacks on a bench. It's basically a little ball bearing, and he touches it, and it immediately starts glowing. And it's one of his artificer magical tinkering. It basically sheds light in a 5-foot sphere. You see this right here? This little, this little contraption. I only put a little bit of the dust on it. Like I just mess with it a little bit, and boom, you can make these with it. You can make all kinds of crazy, amazing things with it. And
it's so shiny.
It is.
But yeah, we need to get rid of all of it apparently. So
no,
that's too bad.
Yeah. How about this? If you take, let's say you take a burning coal and you throw it into a fire and it cooks something, but the coal's gone now, right? It burns all up. Well,
okay.
Yeah. If I were to take these and make cool, interesting things out of them, they're gone. Basically, kind of, sort of, maybe.
Oh. Wow, that's I hadn't thought about it that way. And I was just thinking as I was on the road, I was thinking about one of my mentors, and she was telling me that things change, and that like how like a tadpole turns into a frog, and just things turn into other things, and sometimes that's good. So I mean, maybe we can learn more. I want to learn more. You're so smart.
Oh, I gotta say, you're very intelligent, my friend. You came up with that all by yourself. Well done.
Oh, God, thank you. Not many people call me intelligent.
Oh yeah. Well, they don't see the real you.
I really appreciate that. Actually, speaking of the real me, and I'd say right around this time, like he kind of pulls the cloak off of his head, and suddenly he grows from like 6 feet to 9 and something feet, and he's kind of towering over you. And instead of a cloaked man standing in front of you, there's now a lanky blue-green furbolg who's almost 10 feet tall. Huh, I forgot to mention this earlier. Sometimes I'm just in human form like all day, but this is a lot more comfortable for me. I'm actually a furbolg. I know I'm not very common around here, so that's kind of why I hide what I actually look like.
Huh.
Would be the right answer to that. Yes.
You look at him and he's like, he looks a little bit embarrassed at your reaction. He's like, "Oh well, I mean, I can go back to human."
No,
if you prefer."
you totally. Holy crap. Yeah, you weren't kidding when you said he was a tall guy. Nah, this is perfect.
How was it
Your
expected?
ceilings
to be
are a
that
little
big?
bit low.
Yeah. Sorry. Good. They're made for normal sized, small sized individuals. You're normal. It's totally fine.
I'm not normal. It's okay.
Wow. This could be very useful. Working with you could be a very, very nice. So, what I was trying to say, let me get back on topic. Holy crap.
He kind of sits down cross-legged.
Which is probably still going to be like eye level.
Yeah, he's still like 6 feet tall, sitting down. Yeah. All right. So, God, train of thought, totally gone. Carriage of thought. Anyway. So, I got this stuff that's in the city. I ain't never really got a hold of something, a little bigger, something I can work with, something I can make something really cool out of. So, I was thinking, a lot of people around here, they don't really respect you if you haven't really done all that much work around here. So, you guys want to go on a little adventure? I'll pay you, sort of. We'll find something. We'll make it worth your while.
I've always wanted to go on an adventure.
Yeah, I bet you did. Like a tadpole or something.
That depends on how much we're paying and getting paid.
So, what are your rates?
I meant to say that part too.
All
All right. So
I'm
what
not
are
going to roll persuasion. You are not persuaded.
what are your? So I think we're getting ahead of ourselves. Sorry, I'm going a little too fast here. What are your names? What's your name, big guy?
Oh, which one are you? You talk
I
guess
you.
me. Okay. My name's Petro. What's your name?
Corey Flints. People call me Flints. Everybody calls me Flints.
Flint, I noticed that you have a lot of pouches. I just have the one pouch, but you've got so many little pouches.
Yeah, you never
What do
know.
you keep in all your pouches?
All kinds of things. You never know what you're gonna need in a moment's notice. Like I might need to open a door, polish a rock. You know, maybe get into something I shouldn't be getting into. Anyway,
You collect polished rocks too?
I
And
surely
he pulls
do.
out like a little rock out of his pocket. Like has some paint and a little smiley face on it.
That is precious. That's adorable. So my esteemed fighting friend.
You may call me Briar.
Alrighty, Briar it is. And so what are your rates normally for? Let's just say it's a kind of a mix between a nice little walk and let's just call it a guarding mission where you garden, you're looking for something, and whatever we find, you get a percentage of the take. 7% straight off the top.
I thought this was going to be a dangerous mission, but I'm pretty good at gardening.
I would like to bump up that percentage a little bit. Because I'm very, very much in need of gold.
All right, so on one of these kind of adventures, I probably I'm thinking we're probably gonna get like 5,000-6,000 gold from all the stuff that we find in there. So you can have how about like 10% of 6,000 gold? It's like 600 gold, right? So 10% makes I'll cover some of the expenses on the way in.
I kind of whisper to Briar, like trying to evade Corey's, and I'm just like, I don't think that 5,000 gold exists in the whole world.
I love Petro, man. Oh.
She's just gonna. Oh God. Before gaining her bearings once again, I'm just gonna go. We'll discuss the percentage a little bit more later.
Sure,
But
yeah.
I'd prefer it to be a little high, because
I bet you
when
do.
I say I require a lot of gold, I require a lot of gold.
Hey, everybody requires a lot of gold, sister. So yeah, we can hammer out the details. This is gonna be a good time. I've seen all kinds of other friends. Other people. Everybody wants to be part of a crew, and this is gonna be great. We're gonna have a great time. So I guess what? So are we in? Are you in? You in, big guy?
Oh, on one condition. If
Sure.
we're part of a crew, right?
Yeah.
Well, every crew needs a name. We don't have to come up with it now, but I just want you to promise me that we're gonna pick a team name.
Corey Flint's and Company.
We'll workshop it.
The Flint's Foundation. Okay, yeah, we'll workshop it. That's good. All right. Okay, so
I need you to promise.
I kind of want to chip in with Flint's Stones just for the heck of it.
If he ever gets into the business of selling delirium, he's going to be referring to them as Flint's Stones now. Thank you.
Yabba dabba doo.
Yabba dabba, go screw yourself. All right. Okay. So we probably want to get a little, what kind of equipment? We're going into it's a relatively dangerous place. I don't want to, make it seem like this is going to be a walk in the park. I mean, there may be a park involved, but it's going to be
Drakkenheim's a little bit of a, not really the best of places. So, yeah.
Yeah, and this raises an interesting point because while Corey, you live in Emberwood Village, Briar, you operate, I think, in and around the general area of Emberwood Village, but none of you have ever been to Drakkenheim in its current state, right?
I've really only heard stories.
Yeah.
Well,
It's there are indeed a lot of stories about that, and yeah, that is something to consider when you guys are venturing out. The day is drawing to a close. You still have ample time to look around, shop around, explore the town a little bit, but do note that at some point you will also need to consider a place to rest and or camp for the night.
This is true.
all right. I mean, I got a place. I don't know where you guys are staying, but
Oh, hadn't really gotten that far yet. I don't know.
so how about this? Let's make a little trip around town, get a couple of, resources and equipment, anything we might need. Hit up the stores. You guys got any money on you, by the way? This
I
little
may have some
expedition is
gold
going
on
to be
me.
all of us, so.
I may have some spare.
All right.
I've got hang on a second. I open my pouch and there's 1, 2. I've got at least 3 copper. I can count the rest later, but
You strike me as a guy who doesn't really need all that much stuff, right? Like you can do. Are you one of those I don't have worldly possessions kind of guys?
and I think as we step out into the street, you see that where before it looked like he was wearing this glimmering silver armor, you can tell now that it's just kind of this hand-me-down piece cobbled together armor, and there's kind of some greenery overgrowing it at parts. His shield is old and wooden, and what is his great hammer that looked like this big silver paladin thing earlier is essentially just a tree trunk with just kind of this heavy stone in its roots grasp.
Yeah,
And he because the disguise self spell was kind of hiding all of that before, but you can tell now that it's just he doesn't have much. Certainly not nice things.
So, not to do a crossover per se, but you're giving me vibes of Reinhardt's armor in Eichenwald. On the throne.
Oh,
For those of you that play
Moss
Overwatch,
and leaves and
like
vines.
moss covered and
yes.
Oh yeah, I know the one you're talking about. Yeah. Kind of like that, yeah.
Yeah, cool. All right. The town is yours. Where do you want to go?
Let's go ahead and go for a walk, find some places, and then we can all buy our own equipment. Whatever you think you need.
So, by a stunning coincidence, all three of you have 25 gold in your pocket. Just so you know. So, if you want to buy something, do know that you have some money on you.
All right. Store's this way. And he starts walking in the direction of the store.
So, are you going to go to? I mean, feel free to move your token, of course.
I don't know where the general store is offhand.
So
I don't know where anything is. If you could show me around.
So Corey would be living here, and you would know there is no general store really, but there is a center area called Caravan Court, which is where the road circles around. There is a boarded up well over there, and there's a couple of caravans around that. The quickest way to get there would be to walk westwards towards the main road and then go down. Or go that way. That works too. As you walk here, you pass it seems like some sort of a bar and a couple of other buildings as well. If you want to look at them, I'll give you more information. But you're headed to the Caravan Court right now. It seems that there are currently 3 salesmen active there.
All right, in the Caravan
my
Court.
head into the bar as we're waking away.
Sure. So to give you a bit of information on the buildings that you just passed, like the most important ones, as you walk through this street, on the north side of the road is a tavern. Now, Corey, you know a lot of these buildings because, you live here.
He's kind of giving them the dime tour,
Sure.
Over here, this.
So the building that you just passed on your north is called the Skull and Sword, and for good reason. This very dingy saloon was converted from an old farmstead, and there's a display of a giant skull and ribcage, alongside a decorative rusty sword embedded beside the main door, or above it, actually. No one really knows what or who that skeleton was, or who did them in, but it is tradition to make a macabre greeting to the skull whenever you go into this bar. The inside of the establishment is a rowdy environment. Brawls and fights happen daily, and several ruffians are thrown out nightly. It's a good place to get some gossip, but it is one of those places. On the other side of the road, before you reach the caravan court, there is a rather well-looking establishment, in contrast to the Skull and Sword. This place is called the Gilded Lily. And it looks a lot better. It is a lavish two-story building surrounded by a veranda decorated with swirly lily motifs, and it is completely painted purple. The place itself, from the look of it outside, seems to have a stage on the inside as well. This looks a lot more up-class.
I feel like Briar's also lived in this town or around it, and she's been here before, right?
Yeah, so Briar, you were on a contract from Big Rupert. You will have had that contract from the Gilded Lily, so you've been in there.
Okay.
As for
Lily's really pretty.
Oh, yes.
And purple's my favorite color.
That's fantastic to hear, my friend. There's a lot of purple going around.
So as you approach the caravan court, there are multiple caravans just situated in the circle around this boarded up well. And you notice that there are 3 gentlemen that are standing and or sitting in front of their caravans. One looks rather weathered and beaten, almost like an old soldier, like a veteran almost. One looks rather classy, if you will, sporting a pair of glasses. And then the third one is an absolutely giant man. Not in terms of size like Petro is tall, but rather in width. He occupies a large portion of the caravan that he's sitting in front of.
By the way, Petro, did Petro turn back into a human look? Or is he still
No, I'd
Furbolg?
say he's still a furbolg, yeah.
Okey-doke.
Cool. That's good to know.
I can only do that. I can only do that twice per day, so.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right. All right. I'd say dealer's choice, but I'm kind of the dealer at this point. So, you guys want to go over here? And I indicate to the very large person.
Why not?
Oh, he
All right.
looks really friendly.
He does, actually, yes. So as you approach this man, he is rather large. And Corey, living in Drakkenheim, you know this man because he is somewhat of a competitor, if you will. He is a salesman, of course, and he is well known around town. His name is Aldor, but everyone refers to him as Aldor the Immense, a name that he himself also is very happy with. He's sitting in front of his caravan right now, smoking a hickory pipe.
Hey there, Aldor. I don't.
Well, hello, little kitty cat.
How's gravity today? Has it feeling extra strong for you?
No different than usual, but then again, I haven't found any magical items that would help me in that department.
Eldor, I'm Petro. My first reaction, I thought he was a kitty cat too. But I just didn't want to be rude. I didn't know it was okay to say that.
Well, of course, we're all friends here. You are an interesting specimen. You're a furbolg, aren't you?
Wow, not many people know what furbolgs are, but yeah, sure am.
Yes. Haven't seen too many of you around lately. Unfortunate. Strapping young man, very strong. You can make a lot of money.
I am very strong.
Hey, he's
but
working with me, Aldor.
Unfortunately,
Oh, is he?
yeah. Well, we haven't come up with a team name yet, but yeah, we're working together, I think.
Well, for you and the lady, my name is Aldor the Immense. And This is my caravan. Anything you need, I have for a price. I got some food, I got some weapons, I got some adventuring gear if you would need that. And I got a small selection of magical items for the right buyer.
Yeah, we're just looking for your standard, like, survival gear. We're just going to go for a brief foray into the city. He says pretty loud, like boasting.
So you're finally making your move to the city.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming, but, you know, I've been letting other people stake their claims, giving everybody a fair shot before I go in there and, you know, really rake in the hole.
Never would have thought that you would use the word fair, Kitty. But here we are.
I'm really glad that I met you, Fitzy. You seem so confident to go into Drakkenheim, and I really need someone like that. I'm glad that I have you to show me around.
You talking to me? Flints? Corey Flints.
Fincy?
Flints!
Kitty.
Oh my god. Corey,
Kitsy?
no, don't call me that. Come on. That's very insulting.
Oh, I thought Eldor. I'm so sorry.
No, he's an
I
asshole.
didn't know.
No.
Oh, see, that makes a lot of sense.
Aldor, why you gotta spread that stuff? Come on, that hurts. You know?
Well, Corey Flints, I'm glad that we're friends.
Yes.
Yeah.
Friends, huh?
Yeah, definitely. Friends. We're helping each other out. You know, that's what friends do.
Yes. Yes.
So, all right. So, you know, I got most of the you know, I got pretty much everything I'm ever gonna need. But, Aldor, you wouldn't happen to have come across any you know, steel parts, any scrap metal, anything? You probably don't even need it, you know.
Scrap metal?
Yeah, just like maybe some good quality armor that got a little busted up, can't be used anymore, you know, a couple pieces here and there.
I do have some armor and bits and pieces. I got a good helmet as well. Might be a little big for you, though, kitty cats.
Yeah, I'm just looking for the metal.
I can... Oh. Perhaps we can fashion some out of that. How much would you need?
Like maybe he holds his hand as like kind of like a dinner plate, like basically like a metal plate, like a little dinner plate kind of deal. A couple of those.
Let me have a look. And he just rummages through his cart. And as he like briefly opens the cart, like the doors, to just look inside, you can see there's a lot in there. Like this is a well-filled cart.
Corey's definitely looking over his shoulder.
Give me a perception check.
Oh, okay. With super advantage because he's so perceptive, right?
You are a cat after all.
Oh yeah. All right, and yes, it was almost a 2, and it became a 4 or 18,
Oh,
and now it's a 20.
Dirty 20.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So as you look over his shoulder, honestly, you're getting the feeling that there's a lot more in this carriage than there should be. It almost feels like when you look inside the carriage, it's just a lot bigger than it is on the outside. It's probably a trick of the mind or a trick of the eyes, but there's just a lot in there. As you quick glance over the items, you notice that there is indeed a big section of like food and like stuff like that. He doesn't have too many weapons, but he does have a couple. But you can definitely detect a couple of magical items that are stored a little bit further in the back. Alder wasn't lying when he's selling magical items, it seems. He reaches back and he says, well, I got this plate. This used to be part of a warforged creature, I believe. And, well, anything can be sold, right? Let's just say, I don't know, for you, 20 gold.
20 gold for what amounts to like a broken arm that somebody came off of somebody? Come on. Wait, you're selling Warforged parts? Come on, Aldor. I thought you were I thought you kind of around that, but you know. 20 gold. What? Well, here, let me test this quality. Let me test the durability at least. I don't want to, get any flimsy metal from you.
Oh, sure, take your time.
I whisper to Briar again, and I'm like, "What's Warforged?"
Warforged is procured off of somebody who was
Oh, huh.
Warforged
That's
is
sad.
basically an automaton. They're basically a person. This guy here is collecting body parts. He points to Aldor. Anyway, and he starts like testing it with various tinker tools to determine the hardness and stuff.
So it is a pretty good quality plate. It's a bit dinged up, perhaps, but in the right hands, and you are an artificer, of course, it could be makeshifted into something useful.
All right. 15 gold. Final offer. 17 gold.
You haggling with me? Listen, Cat, you run your dingy store over there, and I run my caravan. We both know that haggling is a no-go in Emberwood Village, because, as the saying goes, if you don't like my prices, you can go and look elsewhere. It's 20 gold, take it or leave it.
Fine. He sort of like he throws a pouch up with 19 gold in it.
Aldor catches it, and without batting an eye, he just lowers the pouch in one hand and lifts a massive, meaty hand towards you and says,
That is 19, we're almost there. Please tell me you do have 20 gold to your name.
He flips him a coin, a last gold. Damn.
Good. Probably just a simple error of counting, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I thought that bag, someone must have taken a gold out of there. Odd that they only took one. Anyway.
Right. It happens.
In all the time that I've known him, Corey's been nothing but honest with me.
You see that, Aldor?
You must have known him before I did, then.
Anyway, all right. I got pretty much everything I need. You guys, if you guys need anything, probably get better.
You said you might have some used armor. I've got most of my armor all settled, but I've got this big head, and it just I think that it's too easy to hit it with things like arrows, rocks, falling branches, pretty much anything that might hurt me. So I'm kind of hoping that I can protect it with some additional armor.
Can't help it. The second you said I got this big head here, like I just figured that you were just gonna pull like a head out of your pack.
I am secretly a rogue, and I've dead bodies in my bag. Yeah.
Oh god, that's funny. All right.
No, I mean the one that's attached to my neck. This one.
Right. Well, I have let me
And he sort of tries to take your measurement.
Yes, I might have this. Let me have a look.
And he reaches into the caravan and takes out this dingy but probably still serviceable helmet. It's got an arrow sticking out of it. So you're probably not going to be the first owner. He pulls out this helmet and he just takes a bit of the dust off. And as he tries to turn towards you, he says,
All right, so this is a very good quality piece. It's a family heirloom of someone, probably. It's very good quality, and because of that, it comes with a very good price. This one will be 40 gold.
Petro puts his hands out with reverence, hoping to hold it.
So as you reach out to grab this this helmet, you hear some footsteps behind you. And all of a sudden, you get shoved aside a little bit. I mean, you're a big guy, so it's just going to be a little bit. Next to you, all of a sudden, stands this orcish, horrible-looking person. And he just looks up at you and then looks at Aldor.
I need a helmet.
Oh,
I
that's what I'm
need
shopping for too. Hi, friend. I'm Petro.
What's that? How much?
Oh, we were actually just
He just like stares intently at you as you try to talk to him.
yeah, he just looks. Petro just looks incredibly uncomfortable in this situation.
Aldor is still holding this helmet, looks at this orc, and then looks at you, Petro, and
Well, I mean, it's still 40 gold. Whoever wants to sold. I need that helmet.
Oh, I was really hoping to buy that one actually. I think
You buy the next one.
I was here first, and I think that I should have a chance to buy the helmet, and that's
Don't
just what
care.
fair is. Oh.
Corey's on the ground with like a screwdriver and a few other things, ostensibly affixing this thing to his arm. And he goes, "It was crap anyway, Petro. Don't worry about it."
Oh, okay.
No.
I mean, I really liked that one, but okay, okay.
It was used.
I do believe there's a rule of first come, first serve, and I do believe my friend Petro here was the first one to ask.
I believe it falls under the
So-
category of dibs.
It's okay, guys. Thanks for trying to help, but it's
You want to
okay.
fight about it, elf?
No, I'm not an elf, but no, I also don't want to fight about it. It's fine. It's fine.
he was,
And
he was
kinda
pointing
hangs
at
his-
Briar.
Oh, I mean, Petro replied, and now Petro's just kind of like hanging his head, like in defeated.
Oh.
I mean, if you think you could take me on, I think I could take down somebody of your size from knees down.
I don't fight in Emberwood Village. Helmet, big guy, 40 gold.
And he like reaches for a pouch and just hands over 40 gold to Aldor. And Aldor, looking at Petro, he says,
Well, unless you have a better offer.
All right. Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even have 40 gold.
Well, I'm sorry, kid, but this is life. 40 gold.
Oh,
Then, sir.
thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks for apologizing.
Oh.
That
Hey.
actually helps a little bit.
Hey, Corey yells out to the orc guy, like, "Hey, ugly, what's your name?"
Hmm?
He responded to ugly. What's your name?
My name's Hulkular the Pulverizer. Yep.
That is a stupid name. I love it.
That's
That's
a really cool. I mean, yeah, that's stupid.
Hulkula the Pulverizer.
between all those comments, you see mixed emotions on Hulkular's face. But he yanks the helmet out of Aldor's hands as he paid the 40 gold, puts the helmet on his head. It is slightly too big for him, but it does fit. And he just lets out like a bit of a grunty laugh as he looks at Petra.
Good luck.
And he turns around and walks away.
Good luck to you too. Oh wait, no, that guy was. I think that was sarcasm.
Good luck to you too. Oh my god.
Well, that's how things go here. What's your name, by the way, Furbolg?
Oh, I'm Petro.
Petro.
And this is my friend Briar, and this is Corey. Oh wait, you already know Corey.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry we couldn't make a deal today, but check back soon. I might have something new for you.
You don't have any other helmets? I mean, I did really want that one, but
No,
hmm.
no, I'm sorry. But next time I do have a helmet, I'll keep it just for you. Hmm?
Thanks, Mister. It's good to make friends.
Yes. So, anything else that Aldor can help you with?
Let me take a look at your weapons.
Hmm. I have a fine selection of a couple of short swords and rapiers. I have a magical weapon as well, but I don't think that is your forte, is it?
Depends on the kind of magical weapon it is.
It's a staff.
Unfortunately, I'm more of the other forms of weapons.
Yes,
Be it
you strike me.
swords,
You strike me as more of a blade person.
a bit of a blade, and a little bit of guns here and there. Anything ranged as well. Really depends on what's valuable.
Tell me, elf. Briar, was it?
Yes.
How well do you do in dark situations?
Depends on the situation.
Well, are you one of those races that can see in the dark, or is it just pitch black for you? You go in.
She's gonna kind of just purse her lips together some, but still kind of keep that calm persona. Just, I can see pretty well in the dark.
See, I got a special thing here. He reaches into the caravan and he pulls out this really small globe, like it's slightly bigger than a golf ball. And he just like touches it and just lifts it up in the air, lets it go. And as he lets his hand go of it, the ball just drifts there and starts emitting a bit of light.
Ooh.
Now this is something special if you would need a light in dark areas. This will follow you around. It's kind of like a torch, although you don't have to hold it.
That'll be quite useful.
Yes.
Yeah, that way you have both your hands.
Exactly. I'm running a special on this one since it's only a minor magic item. It's only going to be 100 gold.
Well, I do have a contract that I do need to finish up here. Wait, how much gold do I have?
You got 25 gold.
I currently don't have the 100 gold on me right now. I have 25, but I have a contract I'm trying to finish up that will be enough to hopefully pay enough for this.
Well, unless I have another buyer, you know where to find it. He snatches the globe out of the air, turns it off, and flicks it over his shoulder back into the caravan.
He charges 100 gold for that. I charge only 5 gold for these things, and he pulls up his little one that's a 5 foot radius of light. These things sell like hotcakes. I have No one really sells hotcakes around here. It's weird. Anyway,
So is there anything else I can help you with today?
nah, we don't need any more of your crap.
Oh,
I
you'll
thought
be
some of
back.
it was kind of nice.
Come on, Petro.
And remember, if you do venture into Drakkenheim and you come back with things, I'm always in the market for some interesting trinkets and other things you find. There's a market for everything you see, so come and see us. Sell your things here. We can always come to an agreement.
I got plenty of magical things for you outdoor. I'll sell you all kinds of things.
We'll see, kitty cat.
Hey, that's rude. I learned this recently.
Thank you, Petro. Walks away.
Well, good luck in the ruins.
That guy gives me the. He's such a jerk. Oh well.
I think
So as you were
Yeah,
As you
what
were-
time of day is it now?
It is still it's still light, but like the sun is
Okay.
starting to go down, so you still have a little
Okay.
bit of time. While you were standing in this circle, Petra, I think another thing that you might have noticed as you were looking around, like you're not really the observant type, but like I think this is something you might notice. There is a circular building very close to this this circle. You would recognize that seeing your background. That is a chapel of the Sacred Flame. The circular building is a place where they would keep a brazier with a flame lit, and that is a place of worship and religious pursuit. If you would want to go there, whether or not you do, like I'll leave that up to you, of course. But you would have recognized that is a chapel.
I turned to Briar and Corey. Um, have you guys paid your respects today? I still need to do mine.
How much is respects?
Oh no, you just do it at a chapel every day. Do you
Do
want
they
to
have
come
like
with
a
me?
do they have like a well where you throw in copper and silver and stuff?
Oh, they accept donations. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'll check it out.
Oh
right.
boy.
I love that. So as you approach the chapel of Saint Ardena, this is a rounded dome building. And it has a bit of an opening at the top where there's a bit of smoke coming out, which means that the brazier in the inside is lit, as it should be. Any chapel of the Sacred Flame basically has a perpetual flame going, as that is the symbol of your religion. As you go inside, you notice that there are multiple people there. There is one flame keeper, which would be the chapel's, let's just say, clerk of attendance. And other than that, you see a small congregation, small group of people standing on the other side of the chapel. Two of them are wearing plate mail armor, which I think you might recognize, Petro, as being paladins. They are joined by a lady in white and yellow robes.
I think first I'd probably go to the Flamekeeper
Sure.
and speak to him.
It is a her, and
Her?
let me just move your token out of the way because you're actually standing on top of her.
Yeah. Oh, oops. Sorry.
Oh, good. No, I
Excuse
got
me
her.
there.
No, you can move back. I got her. As you move inside, the Flamekeeper walks towards you, and she raises her hands. She says, "The flame be with you. Welcome to the chapel of Saint Ardena. My name is Hannah. You seem to be like travelers. Welcome in. Everyone is welcome here."
Flame be with you, Hannah. I have just finished my journey, my long journey from Lumen. I was sent here by the church there to come and be a missionary here in Drakkenheim. And in fact, I'm really excited to go. I just made new friends who are going to show me around Drakkenheim. But I just wanted to come here before I went in to pay my respects and to meet other followers of the Sacred Flame.
Well, what a coincidence! And what an amazing creature you are. And you're wearing the plate mail of the Silver Order. Are you part of the Silver Order?
Oh, I'm well, to be honest, I'm just aspiring. This armor's kind of hand me down. There wasn't a lot that fit me back in school. So when I was in training, I just kind of took whatever armor I could find.
It's lovely. Welcome. Please feel at home. If you want a moment to pray, I can obviously let you go for a moment. If you want to perhaps catch up with some of your colleagues, if you will, and she points to the three that are standing in the back of the chapel. It seems that a congregation of the Silver Order has arrived today as well. Over there's a couple of knights, and one of the High Flame Keepers is gracing us with her presence today. If you want to catch up with them, then feel free.
Just an absolute honor. Wow, I can't believe my luck.
Oh, I'll leave you to it. Feel free to walk around. If you have any questions, I'll be here.
He gives like a bow that's maybe just like a little too deep of a bow.
It's like 5 foot away. Like
Yeah. And then he walks over to the other three, the knights.
So as you walk over there, you very clearly notice that these three are they're visitors, because Flamekeeper Hannah is just wearing the plain robes of a Flamekeeper, which are pretty in their own right. They're white with some yellow adorning marks on there, but that is just a normal Flamekeeper's robe, who would usually service a small chapel like this one in Emberwood Village. But the ones that service the larger places, the grand cathedrals, the churches, the grand places of worship, those are usually serviced by a High Flame Keeper. And a High Flame Keeper is easily distinguishable by the robes again as well. They're white and yellow, but there is so much more detail on there. They just look the part, and the people themselves usually look like they carry fire in their heart. They have this strong conviction over them. And with this group, it is no exception. The two paladins that you see over there are clad in the beautiful, pristine armor of the Silver Order. And in between them, you notice a woman who looks like she's about in her 40s. She's a little stout, and she has a very warm smile as you approach her.
As I walk up to them, I get closer and I just kneel, which I assume would put me at about eye level with them. And I just say, "Followers of the Flame, it is such an honor to meet you."
The paladins will react to your kneeling and just salute you, which is going to be kind of weird as you're as you're kneeling. So they'll be like, at ease, soldier.
Sort of, yeah. I'm just an acolyte. I was trained in Lumen, but not quite a Silver Order yet.
Well, that's you're tall.
Oh, I'm a furbolg. Yeah. I know. I sometimes forget that not many people see furbolgs around here.
Well, in any case, I'm Sir Virgil Underwood. I'm one of the captain's finest, and currently escorting Miss Ophelia over here. This is Sir Cassandra Wyatt. Cassandra Wyatt doesn't say anything; she just nods at you.
Well, it's so nice to meet you all. I've been looking to make new friends, so it's wonderful that I make some so quickly. So what are you doing here in Emberwood Village?
So at this point, as you're asking that, Ophelia steps forward, and she just has this radiance about her. Divinity is a fickle subject in this world because, well, the Flamekeepers don't really believe in like the power of the gods, but more, it's a way more like hands-on religion. That still being said, Ophelia looks as if she is figuratively on fire. There is a power coming off of her just by her sheer presence. And as she walks forward, she puts a hand on your shoulder as she smiles very warmly as she says, "Now, child, just stand up. No need to kneel. It is very nice to see that you are indeed believing that you're making friends. We're all friends here. Stand up on your feet and be proud of who you are."
Oh, okay, I will. And I stand up.
"You are a wonderful specimen indeed. As you can see, everything works in mysterious ways, but under the flame we're all the same, as are you. My name is Ophelia Reed. I'm together with these wonderful paladins. We have just recently moved to Drakkenheim. We have a rather large gathering of paladins of the Silver Order. And we've come over by divine decree to assess the situation of Drakkenheim. And because we're just setting up camp outside of the city, I figured this would be a good time to have a look about the lay of the land, heard of Emberwood Village, and decided to visit the chapel to pay my respects over here, have a little talk with Flamekeeper Hannah, and then we should probably be moving back to the campsite that we're setting up. What about you? What is your name?
I love that you're trying to do an American accent.
I'm really trying.
You're doing pretty good. You're pretty good. Yeah, they have a southern accent, and he's doing really good.
Yeah,
I've been practicing like mad the last week.
No, not bad for someone from the Netherlands, honestly. My name. Okay, yeah. What is my name? I'm Petro. And my friends came with me too. This is Briar and Corey. They're back. Do you guys want to get it on? Come meet them. Everybody's friends here.
I guess I'll still get a few steps closer.
Hello.
Greetings.
We were actually just talking about going to Drakkenheim too. I mean, if you're going to assess the situation, that's sort of what I wanted to do. In fact, that's kind of why I was sent here too. So maybe we could all just team up.
Team up.
Oh, we haven't picked a team name yet, but I'm sure that you can contribute your ideas too.
Pedro, seeing that you've been trained by our cause and wearing the armor and sigils that are very dear to us, I would imagine that you have been getting most of the important lessons that we try to teach all our new recruits. And in that spirit, I think that you should feel welcome if we'd ever cross paths again and we can work together. But for now, you've just arrived, as you just said, and maybe you would do well to take some time to assess the situation of Drakkenheim yourself. Make up your own mind. It's very important. And then perhaps after that we can meet again and discuss what you think about this whole situation.
Absolutely, Ophelia. You seem very wise.
Hmm. Well, I will take that as a compliment, especially coming from you.
Well, Flame be with you, friends. Is there anything that you'd like, any advice that you can give us as followers of the Flame who are going into Drakkenheim for the first time?
Drakkenheim is a dangerous city nowadays. With a meteor coming down and basically destroying the city and cursing it for all that's good and worth, I'd advise you to keep your eyes open and watch out with the things that you run into. Be mindful that most of the things that you'll encounter in Drakkenheim are probably not on your side. People here in Emberwood Village are very friendly, hard-working people. And the friends that you've just made, it's very wise to have some people around you. But a word of caution, the second you go into Drakkenheim, most of the people you run into will not be so friendly. So keep your wits about you and remember your training.
Thank you, Ophelia. And I give another kind of probably too deep of a bow.
You'll see the sheer uncomfortableness of like both of the paladins, and even Ophelia is kind of standing there like, yeah.
I think before I fully leave, I'd like to whisper into one of the paladins' ears and ask them a question.
Sure, sure.
Just like, I'm embarrassed to ask Ophelia, but somebody told me that delirium, maybe it's not that evil, and maybe it can be used for good things. Do you know if that's true? I can't remember.
You get the shocked face of, let's just say, to which paladin did you whisper that?
Whichever was closer. Cassandra.
Let's just go with Cassandra. Sure. As you whisper this, like Cassandra will pull her head back a little bit and look at you as if you just said something very blasphemous. Like, especially coming from you, who's had the training and whatnot, there is this sheer disbelief on her face as you said this. And she will look at Ophelia and look at Virgil, and she'll take a bit of pity on you, I think. Let me just roll for that. Yeah, she'll take a bit of pity on you. And she'll whisper back and she'll say, hey, listen, I wouldn't utter that. Delirium is dangerous and it does things to people. You'll see when you go to Drakkenheim. It's the devil in crystal form. Don't believe anything else.
Okay, that's what I thought. But I just wanted to double check because people were saying some crazy things, and I just wasn't sure who to believe. Thank you so much for cleaning that up. I was too embarrassed to ask publicly.
That's okay. It's okay. Just take care of yourself, okay?
Oh, I always do.
All right.
Hey, flame lady, high superior flamekeeper lady.
Hi, Flamekeeper.
Right. Hey, flamekeeper. How you doing? Question.
Yes.
I got he said there was a way to donate. I'm a real big fan of the fire guy that you got up there. I was wondering if I could donate. I got a couple of copper here. Can I donate to your cause? You got like a box or a bag or something around here that you keep all the donations in?
I'm pretty sure that Flamekeeper Hannah will keep a donations box somewhere, so you can ask her if you want to donate to the chapel. Any donations that you make, of course, will go to the advancement of our faith and repair the chapel where needed.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, certainly, and I'll do the same while I'm here too.
Oh yeah.
Well, your kindness is very much appreciated indeed.
Yeah.
We're gonna go talk to Hannah. What is she? Is she like a high flame? Is she like a hello flame keeper as well, or what are we talking?
She's a local flame keeper.
Got it. Right. Yeah, I've seen her around. She's always preaching at me. Sure. See you later. Bye, Flamekeeper. Get it? Never mind.
Good luck in your adventures.
So I as on our way out, if I spot the donation box, I put a gold into the donation box.
Sure.
So there's a donation box.
Yeah, there's like a wooden donation box with a very flimsy lock on it.
Okay. Is it like a very tiny slit where coins can go through, or does it?
Yeah.
Is it? Oh, damn. Okay.
It's one of those small letter boxes,
I'm gonna trip on it as I'm trying to put my copper in, and try to see if I can open it up.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, so terrible.
Do I see this happening?
I don't know if you do. So give me a perception check.
I'm just tripping. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm a little bit klutzy.
My perception is very bad, so you might get lucky. All right.
Can I roll deception? Oh crap!
Oh buddy, I'm sorry.
Can I roll?
Go ahead and try. Yeah, go ahead and roll deception against that.
17.
But you're gonna have to beat the 17, so that's gonna be.
Crap. Oh yes, 18.
You got a plus 6
6.
on that.
I got a 6.
Yeah.
Yes. 18.
Oh my god.
Why
I
is your
know.
deception so high?
Because expertise,
Do you want an
my
answer on
friend.
that?
Yes. So Corey wasn't always interested in the fine arts of what am I calling it? Mechanarchanism? Yeah, mechano-arcanism.
Sure.
He's gone. He's run with a couple of gangs and such. So he's a little deceptive. I don't know what you're talking about. I tripped here.
So give me a sleight of hand to see if you can bust this open.
Okay.
Briar's just gonna shake her head in disapproval. That's one thing she'll never do is steal from a church.
Hey there, I don't.
15. Sure.
Oh my
Like it's a flimsy lock. You'll get it open.
Can I just get like the gold that he threw?
Just that one, sure.
I don't want to risk the wrath of the flame. The wrath of the flame. Yeah. Oh boy. All right.
All right. So 1 gold exchanges hand through the donation box of the chapel. Great.
Boy, I sure am glad that I wrote a little message on my very specific piece of gold that I put in donation box so that I can mark it as mine, like I always do in my backstory. That's super metagamey. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do
Yeah. No. God. Crap.
Could you imagine?
that.
If lost, return to Petro.
On every gold. Yeah.
Oh my god. That's amazing. That would be amazing. All right.
Maybe it's a new habit.
I mean, I'm cool with that. That's funny.
Yeah. So like he there's a bunch of paladins and flame keepers right down the hall. So he's not gonna risk a lot. He's just gonna basically grab the first thing he can get and he's out.
100%. So that works, and you're outside again. It is starting to get a little darker. So you might want to either go to one of the bars, ask if they might have lodgings or something, or set up camp right outside of the village. That's up to you guys.
Anyway,
I talk to my contract.
I think we. Oh yeah. Where's your contact?
He's over in the Gilded Lily.
I think we're
Ooh,
all
the
up.
purple one?
Yeah, that's the one. I think we're all up. We're all due for a drink. Drinks are on me. Huh? He holds up his
Do
gold
you have
coin.
the gold for it?
He holds up his gold coin.
So drinks at the Gilded Lily, Corey, are quite expensive. If you want to get the most out of that coin, you might want to go to the Skull and Sword. But considering the fact that you also want to get in on that contract, you need to go to the Gilded Lily. But that's up to you guys.
Drinks on Corey at the Gilded Lily? That's so kind.
How much are drinks at the guild? They can't be a gold a piece, right?
They're about a gold apiece, actually.
Crap. Okay, how about this new plan? Let's go to the Skull and Bones, Skull and Sword. Let's go to the Skull and Sword. Say hi to Billy Bones. Remember to do that. Say hi to Billy Bones. Go in there, have a couple of drinks, then we'll go to the Gilded Lily and schmooze up a little bit. You know, come on, we gotta stretch these things. I just bought a big old plate from that big fat guy over there. I say that as loudly as I can so that he can hear me.
Aldor is like ignoring you, whether on purpose or not, but he's not listening to you.
Anyway. All right. You guys want to go see Billy Bones? Have you seen Billy Bones? I don't think you've seen Billy Bones, said Petro.
No, I don't understand. I don't understand. We're supposed to go to the Gilded Lily,
Yeah.
and they have drinks there, and you're paying for them, so let's just go there.
You are short on gold,
how about
my
this?
little friend.
How about this? You guys go to the Gilded Lily. I'll meet you there in a second. I'll bring you drinks.
Oh, okay. That sounds like a great plan.
He's going to drink all those drinks.
As he's walking away, I would never. All of them, not all of them.
Love it. So as you walk over to the Skull and Sword, as I said, it's a very rowdy bar, and I think honestly you might feel at home in a sense, Corey. But this is the kind of place where you have to watch yourself.
I've worked with some of these people probably at some point.
Probably. I mean, I figure that you know at least the bar lady, the owner and proprietor of the Skull and Sword, who is an orcish lady by the name of Frida Longhorn. She's a very rough-looking type. Like she's probably seen something in her life, and she probably knows how to handle herself with a weapon. Like that's the kind of vibe you're getting from her. In the back of the Skull and Sword, there is a couple of shady-looking people sitting together.
Right. I've always, I imagine I've asked her for information before, and we have sort of arrangement. I pay her a little more than it's worth than the value of the beer, and
Sure.
She gives me a little information about what goings and comings. Hey there, Frida. How you doing? How's the business?
Yeah, probably not much better than yours.
Yeah, you can say that again. I got a couple of new clients that I'm working with.
New one of your schemes?
Yeah, you know me. I'm working on a couple of things. What's going on with the couple back there? Indicating to the rowdy looking gentleman or people, or the people.
So she looks over. Yeah, so she looks over in the back, and then she looks over at you, and she lowers her voice a little bit. So we got some visitors from Drakkenheim. You know the Queensmen, right?
Yeah, I've heard whispers.
Yeah. So it's a small group of the Queensmen who've just come to have a drink. Cuff is currently talking to them. You know, Cuff, the co-owner of this place. He's also having a drink with them just to keep things a bit on the down low a bit. I don't know. I generally don't trust them, but they pay good money.
They come around asking for protection yet? And I heard they were doing that scheme around here.
No, luckily they don't try that with me, but maybe they're doing their rounds in Emberwood, which is why they're here, maybe.
Well, anyway, I got to be quick about this. I can't stay for too long. I got my friends over there, the Gilded Lily. Can I have a couple? How much a couple of brewskis? About three, 6 of them.
Like a silver each.
All right. How about this? I'll get 3 of them, 5 silver. We already have a pretty sweet deal.
Oh, you're always too kind for me, Corey.
You keep the information flowing. I appreciate your freedom.
All right. Well, you keep your friends close, huh?
Yep. Enemies closer. And he's gonna take the beers and head over to the Gilded Lily.
Sure. So walking over to the Gilded Lily, it looks way more of a fancier place. It is rather empty because fancy places usually don't have a lot of clientele because, well, it's expensive. The owners are 2 rather fancy-looking people. A gentleman who is currently tending bar, and a beautiful lady clad in just a lot of gold jewelry, who is hanging around near the stage of the Gilded Lily. In the back, you will notice a rather corpulent man that I imagine you would recognize, Briar, as this is your contract. Or rather, your contact.
Contractor.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna go make my way over to Mr. Big Rupert and see if I can get a little bit more information on that contract we signed.
You're back. I take it went well?
Define went well. Seems the messenger is delayed.
It's unfortunate. Maybe he comes in the night and you don't see him, and then we'll miss him. I thought you were reliable.
I am very reliable, thank you. But given the information that you've given me so far, it's a little bit hard to find exactly who I'm trying to find.
Well, I've given you most that I know. I know they're traveling towards Amberwood Village. And I would imagine that once they get over here, they'll try to find lodgings in the Red Lion Hotel.
Where's the Red Lion Hotel at?
He points outside through the window. And from where you're standing, you could probably just make out that building. On the far side of the village, a little bit more towards the west, there is on a bit of an incline. There is a beautiful multi-story building made out of red brick. It looks like a mansion. He points over there and he says, well, that's the Red Lion Hotel. Everyone who has a bit of coin usually spends their nights there.
You're sure the messenger will be there?
No, that's your job to make sure. That's why I'm paying you.
I will check there as soon as I can.
Good. Anything else? I'd like to get back to my drinking.
Anything to indicate a name by chance?
No?
Fine. You will get what you pay for.
Good.
And I'm just gonna walk away.
As you walk back, I'm just like, how'd it go?
As well as I would expect. Useless.
Sorry to hear that.
But got a little bit of a small lead. He might end up staying at the lodgings that's not too far from here.
Oh, well, that's great. Let's go find him.
You're very eager to help me find him. Just a little bit
well,
suspicious.
I'm just trying to be a good friend to you. I don't know. Is that suspicious?
No, just odd. Very odd. Anyway.
Hey guys, how you doing? You see a person? You see a contact?
No, but I've got a bit of an idea of where he's going to be, which is at the Red Lion Hotel.
Let's what's the state of the bar? Is there a lot of people here?
No, there's not a lot. There's going to be a couple of patrons, but probably below 10. Like, this is the kind of place that doesn't need a lot of people. They just need good paying customers. That's kind of like what this building looks like as well. It's very fancy.
All right. Well, are we sticking around? Or are we going somewhere else? What's the call?
As you're standing there with like 3 mugs of beer. Right?
Well, he's kind of hiding them. That's why he's like he knows that it's probably a little frowned upon bringing drinks into this establishment. Hey, Petro, here's yours.
Oh, what is this?
It
Sniffs it.
is a beer. It's what do you drink? What do you normally drink?
Oh, I can't drink this stuff. And he hands it back to you.
You could have mentioned that before I went and bought you a whatever.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm still learning all the etiquette of Emberwood Village.
Why can't you drink beer? Like, I mean, don't they like anoint people in wine or something?
Oh, sure. It's just a personal choice.
Fine, whatever. Yeah, Briar, here's yours.
Thank you.
I said the drinks would be on me. Never mind, petrol. That drink cost me 1 gold, petrol.
Oh,
No,
I'm so sorry. Maybe I
Nah.
can buy you a drink here at the Gilded Lily to make up for it.
Don't worry about it. I said I'd get it. Don't worry about it. Anyway, where are we going?
I am going to be making my way over to the Red Lion Hotel. You two can choose to follow me if you'd like.
Yeah, might as well. There's nothing else interesting going on.
I've got you, friend. I'm here to help. And I think as we leave, I'm going to cast Disguise Self to transform back into my human form.
All right. So as we have discussed prior to starting this game, furbolgs have the innate ability to do this, right? They can disguise themselves. But as we discussed, just for funsies, we agreed that every time you do this, you will roll a d20 and we'll see how much of a disguise is this. Ranging from a 20, which means you look completely human, to a 1, which means that you look like a furbolg with a cloak.
So to be clear to people listening and watching, this is a house rule that we decided would be fun.
Love
Absolutely. This is not by default, but it's just for funsies, because it's Petro.
All right, ready?
Yep.
Ooh,
19.
That is a 19. You look like a human. Like, honestly, like, pretty well.
He actually looks better than he looked before.
My name is Bartholomew. I like to drink beer.
Oh, well, here you go, Bartholomew. Here's your beer.
Oh, thank you. And I pretend to drink it, but just pour it behind my back.
That is exactly what I was hoping you would do. Pull the crunk from Emperor's New Groove, where he's like, it's just falling on his shoulder.
Oh, yes, a good brew for a warm day.
Yeah, well done. All right. To the Crimson Lion or whatever.
The Red Lion
Onward
Hotel.
Indeed.
So as you walk over, this is a gorgeous building. Honestly, it is made completely of red brick. It is a 3-story manor, and it features lion-shaped gargoyles on the sides of the building. And there's large glass paned windows, embossed wooden doors that are painted green. Everything about this place, it has like a small wall around it, some planters with plants that are dying, but there's been made a conscious effort to at least try and make this place look very representable. And it shows. Of all the places in Emberwood Village, this building 100% looks the most expensive. And the door is open. You can go in if you want to.
Before we go in, I kind of go over to you said there were some dying plants.
Yes.
I go over to one of the dying plants and I kind of pull out my canteen and I pour some water on it. I just say, "You're gonna be okay, buddy. Don't worry. I'm gonna fix you up. Here's a little bit of water for you."
That is so sweet. Okay.
All right. Where I'm gonna go right on in.
I'm not gonna do it, but I want to get the infusion of the alchemist jug so I can just make purified water now or something like that. Just for Petro.
So as you walk inside, the inside of the Red Lion Hotel is equally stunning. You will see that there is a large dining hall immediately to your right, which features fine antiques and just gorgeous, what are they called? Like chandeliers with crystals adorning them. There's paintings, there's sculptures, beautiful made bookshelves filled with books. This whole place just breathes luxury and expense. At the reception desk, there are 2 people. There is one lady standing behind the reception desk, and there is another lady standing in front of it. And it seems like they're in a bit of an argument right now. As you approach them, you will see that the lady standing behind the desk is looking at the lady in front. The lady in front looks like she has horns and a bit of bluish hair. And she says, What do you mean I haven't paid my tab? I will have you know that the Amethyst Academy has paid for my room for several weeks now, and if that all of a sudden is a problem, well, then you'd have to take it up with the Amethyst Academy. That is absolutely ridiculous. I've been staying here for such a long time, I am pretty sure that this shouldn't be an issue. And on the other side of the desk, the lady standing there just smiles back and says, well, you've been here for a very long time. I'm pretty sure that we can resolve things, but as it stands, I haven't had a payment from the Amethyst Academy for 2 weeks now, and I'm sorry if it can't come through soon. Then we'll have a problem. You have been away for a couple of days, and well, I thought you wouldn't come back. Well, that is absolutely ridiculous. I've just been on the road for a little while, and now I come back and I hear that my room is going to be vacant. This won't stand. You better fix this. And she turns around and meets your gaze. You're looking at a rather pretty-looking young tiefling who has blue hair and has two brown horns that are stretching over this blue hair, kind of like two boats that are on a river, if you will. She's wearing a functional purple jacket and has a couple of pouches here and there. Oh. Hello.
Have we met? Like, out of character, has Corey and River met?
You've probably seen her in passing, but you haven't met her.
I hear you correctly. Amethyst Academy is paying your bills.
Yeah?
Great.
What's it to you?
Nothing. I didn't know that. The great pompous wizards were having anything to do with this little hamlet of Drakkenheim.
Well, we have eyes and ears everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Well, what do you call yourself?
Well, my name is River, and I'm a mage of the Amethyst Academy. And you are?
No one to be but I'm Corey. Sorry.
That's better.
Yeah. Anyway, there's my friends Petro and
I'm Steve.
Steve?
Give me a second. That's really funny.
Look at him. Steve? Steve?
I'm Steve.
I'm
All right.
Steve.
Steve, got it.
Okay.
Do you have any beer?
Me?
God.
Steve, I already gave you a beer.
Oh, I just like beer.
Right. I work for the Amethyst Academy, and it seems that you. And she looks your armor over, and you notice that her eyes immediately lock onto the embellishments of
Sure.
paladin symbolism. It seems that you don't. Steve, nice to meet you. Paladin
Likewise.
Steve, I imagine.
I certainly am. Flame be with you. You haven't happened to see. Are you a messenger by any chance?
Why?
Oh, I'm just looking for something. And I was just wondering if you had it. My friend, too, is looking for something. But I don't know what I'm supposed to say and what I'm not, so I'm just going to say this really carefully. Are you a messenger? And I give a really awkward wink.
Yes, you can. Gosh, I kind of want to make you roll for this. Make me a persuasion check. Depending on what
All
you
right.
roll, you'll understand why.
Oh.
Yep. That makes sense. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, we got 12.
You don't. You're a human, right? She looks you up and down. You're not an
I
elf.
certainly am.
You're not a tiefling.
Definitely not that.
Huh. In that case, I'm not a messenger.
Oh.
Briar, she deliberately, like, she mentions, like you're not a tiefling. Does that do anything to you?
It's gonna kind of make her stiffen just a little bit.
All right.
what do you
So,
mean?
Steve.
What is a tiefling anyway? I'm not really clear on this.
Oh, it's like me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have a friend that looks kind of like that, but not quite.
Oh.
You
Well,
have a friend like that?
I was talking about you, but I don't know what I'm supposed to say here.
And I'm definitely not a tiefling.
I didn't
Uh-huh.
think so. You guys kind of look alike, just a little bit.
Just only slightly panicking on the inside.
so River looks over to you. She says, "Okay, so Steve and you work. What was your name again?" And she looks over at
Briar.
Corey. Corey, what?
Yeah.
Your name was?
You must not be very high up in the Amethyst Academy if you don't know who I am. So, Corey. Corey Flints. I run the Flint's Imports Exports over at the edge of town.
Right. I'm pretty sure that all of the Archmages know who you are.
Well, I wouldn't say
And,
archmages, but word gets around.
I assure you it doesn't. And your name was? And she looks over at Briar.
Name is Briar.
The second you mentioned the name Briar, you notice her eyes widen a little bit. Come
I
again?
take it. My name is Briar.
Does your last name begin with an A?
She almost doesn't want to say it, but unfortunately she's gonna have to. Yes. It does.
Listen, she gets a little closer. I don't like to be too quick about this, but is your last name anything that sounds like aura or something like that?
That would depend. How well do you know this name?
Let's just say that I have a message for someone who has a name like that. So,
Then yes. Yes, it is.
how can I be sure? Do you have anything to prove who you are?
She's just gonna casually reach into her little pouch and present what looks like a little crest. But she's kind of obscuring it from Petro and Corey to show her family crest.
Then you're exactly the person that I was looking for.
Then she's just gonna casually close her hand and slip it back into her satchel.
I've been away on business for a couple of days, and I was asked to deliver a message to a Briar Aurelia. I think this letter belongs to you. And she gives you a letter that is sealed.
I'm gonna go ahead and take it out of her hand. Who gave you this letter?
There's a couple of people that I work closely with that have uncovered a couple of things in Drakkenheim, and your name turned up on one of the letters, it seems, and I was asked to go and look for someone with this name, and should I run into them, give him this letter. That's all I know.
I mean, awful good at your job, just sitting here waiting for them to come to you.
Thank you.
I was talking to her.
No, I was talking to her too.
Oh.
Yeah, River just ignores you at this point, Corey.
What are you guys whispering about?
Well, the errand girl over here was sent to give a message to our friend Briar here.
Oh, you are the messenger. That's
You-
great.
They were the messenger.
He says
The-
that like kind of loud.
The messenger.
Just
Yeah, or another word would be the errand girl. Yeah.
yes,
Oh,
as
has a
fate
nice ring to it.
As fate would be oddly funny enough, I was actually looking for you as well.
Her eyes trail off to Corey, and it takes her a couple of seconds as she's staring at you, and then she says, "Oh, wait a second. I know. No, never mind. So you were looking for me, you said?" As she turns her attention back to Briar.
That's correct. I was looking for this message myself.
Well, what a stunning coincidence. Now you found it. I entrust that the contents would find you well. I don't know what's in there. Are you new to Drakkenheim? I haven't seen you around.
She talking to me or who's she talking to? Is she still talking to me?
Briar. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she's still talking to you. Yeah, sorry.
I've been here and there. I've graced along Drakkenheim once before. Before it fell once.
From my casual observation, you seem like a capable type, as do your friends. Are you guys planning to go into Drakkenheim at some point?
There I
We're
am.
We're actually in the midst of an expedition right now. We're in the preparation phase. So if you would
We still
excuse
haven't.
us.
We haven't fully planned our expedition yet, but we're working on a team name. So if you have any suggestions,
Yeah, I'm sure she doesn't have anything worthwhile to add. Yeah, Steve.
oh, who's Steve?
Crap.
She raises her eyebrows as she says that, and then she follows that up with, "Well, how about Steve and the Sunshine Band?" I don't know.
That's stupid.
Who's Steve?
That's you, buddy.
Oh shoot, I forgot.
Yeah, like roll me a deception check at this point. Come on.
Can I have helped him by letting him know that's you, buddy?
With advantage, sure.
With advantage. Wow. This is
Sure,
so
like,
against his nature.
First session, I'll be benevolent. Didn't make much difference.
11.
Oh.
With advantage, I got 11.
She's looking at you, and she's like, "Why do you forget your own name? That's weird."
He got hit in the head.
Well, I didn't. Yeah, that's the reason.
Uh-huh. Well, we all have our secrets, I imagine. I'm gonna try and get my room back.
Got kicked out.
Well, at least I can afford a place to stay here.
Oh yeah, like I'm not being bankrolled by the academy, huh?
No. If you would do a little better, then perhaps you would have. Right, Corey?
Listen here. All right, I don't need to hear this. Hey, Costa, or I guess I don't know her name. Hey, what's the rate? We can afford this place. What's the rate for a room?
Welcome, gentlemen. Lady. We currently don't have a lot of rooms left. Most of them have been booked. But I can find you a room for... would it be a room for 3 or 3 separate rooms?
Room for 3. How much is your
Definitely
best
all
one?
together. That's fine.
Right.
That's the best way to save money.
I do have a room still left for 4 people, which would also accommodate 3, of course. It would include your dinner, and they would currently be going for 75 gold a night.
How about 5 silver? Let's call it even. Because I mean, you're not going to be using it anyway, right? Because actually, hey, Amethyst Academy called ahead or forwarded ahead, messaged ahead, sent a mail. That lady over there, they actually kicked her out. They're letting us take over her bill.
Are they really?
So at this point, Costa just like leans on the bar a little bit and just like eyes down at you. Listen, you're not the first to pull this trick, and you're probably not going to be the last one. This is a classy establishment, and I would allow someone like you in here if you've had the money. If you don't, I'd suggest you go over to maybe the Skull and Sword or the Bark and Buzzard and ask if you can maybe sleep in their wine cellar.
I am shocked and appalled that you would think that I would try to pull one over on you. I mean,
She's
as a
trying
member
to
of the
help
anime,
us. She suggested 2 good places to sleep.
that's true.
No,
That's
it's
sure.
an
Yeah.
insult.
As a very high-ranking member of the Amethyst Academy, I'm insulted, and I will tell you right now that we will bring our business elsewhere if you continue to talk to us in this manner.
I don't think you have business, but good luck on that.
You will be hearing from our manager.
I'm looking forward to it.
Would she be a little persuaded if she possibly knows of a special family name?
This place isn't worth it, Briar.
You can try, but you're getting the sense that like this place doesn't haggle, but you can try.
I'm gonna go up to the counter and I'm just gonna slip my hand back into my pouch again, and I'm just gonna look her in the eye and I'm just gonna say, I really would prefer if we had some place to rest our head for the night. It's really just for one night, and I'm just gonna casually just have my hand placed flat and lifted it just a little bit so I can show the crest to her.
She looks at the crest and then she looks at you and she says, "Oh, I didn't know I was dealing with royalty here. Milady, I'm sorry. In that case, you would not want to be with these 2 ruffians in one room. I have the presidential suite for you if you'd want. It's only 200 gold a night. I'm sure someone of your stature can afford that."
I'd prefer my companions to stay with me if at all possible. I seem to be short on the gold right now, but if at all possible, can we still have something of a discounted rate? I have been traveling quite a long time, and I'm quite tired. My feet are just aching with how long I've traveled so far, and at this point, with everything I've spent, I only have but a mere 25 gold on me right now.
Is that so? Well, I would suggest that once you have a little bit more, then perhaps we can get you situated. But for now, unfortunately, I think you can't even afford the menu.
Great.
Yeah. Your menu probably stinks anyway. Come on, guys.
Just gonna take my crest back and slip it back into my pouch.
That is amazing. Do you have what do you got? Like a crest of Drakkenheim or something? Your royalty, your highness, Briar? That's amazing.
Wait, who's royalty?
Yeah, Briar here is actually the queen of Drakkenheim.
Can you imagine?
That's amazing.
That's a good one, Corey. You're pretty funny.
Nah, she's probably got some kind of forged documents or something. I can appreciate that kind of scheme.
Oh,
I like it.
wow.
And I would very much appreciate it if you don't shout it to the heavens, if at all possible, please.
Oh, of course, Your Majesty.
Well, there isn't really like a heaven in the way that some people think about it, but okay, I won't shout it anyway.
Thank you, Petro, Corey.
Hey, River, smell you later.
Sure, Corey. As you guys walk outside, Briar, do you take a look at this letter?
I think I'm gonna take a minute to look at the letter.
Okay, so it is still sealed, but it seems to be actually addressed to you.
Hmm. Now she's going to be very suspicious as to why her little contract was telling her to get this letter. So I'm going to go ahead and open up and read this letter.
Wonderful. And this letter contains an interesting message that we're going to cover after our break.
Mm.
Oh, that was interesting.
Because we are at the so we're at the halfway mark. For those of you on Twitch, we will be back in about 15 to 20 minutes. For those of you that are either listening on the podcast or on YouTube, we will be back in an instant. So don't go anywhere. But for those of you on Twitch, we will see you in a few minutes. And we are back from our break. Hello, everybody. Good to see you again. Before our break, we had our character introduction, of course, because it's our first episode. We're still happy. We had our characters meet each other for the very first time in the village of Amberwood Village. And they've been looking around a little bit, finding a couple of places here and there. And they have just left the Red Lion Hotel, a very upscale place that is way beyond the current financial reach of the party, which is currently still unnamed. But they did get something from the Red Lion Hotel. They met up with River, a tiefling member of the Amethyst Academy, and she gave a letter to Briar. And that is where we left off last time. So, Briar, you have a letter with your name on it.
I'm going to go ahead and open it up and read it.
I'd imagine so. So, this is a rather old-looking letter that is inside this envelope. As you open it up, it says the following. Dear young Miss Aurelia, I hope this letter reaches you in these dire times. Recently, I have learned of your existence. I want this letter to reach you. With the destruction the meteor caused, Drakkenheim needs every avenue, and you might be one of those very avenues. I wish I could say more, but I cannot trust this letter isn't read by anyone else. When the silver hand has turned its journey thrice, read the interior's sage advice. Magdalena Vasari.
Very interesting letter.
You
What
read
does
it out
it
loud to
say?
us?
I'm not really too sure. It's got a riddle on it.
Hey,
A riddle? I'm
I'm-
really good at riddles.
I'm even better at riddles, probably.
Are you
I'm a-
sure?
Yeah. Hey, you want us to take a look at it? Yeah, me and Petro can take a look at it too.
For now, I think I'm going to keep it on my person just for now.
All right, I guess
Just
if you
for the
don't like
time
solving riddles. Sure.
Okay, but the answer to the riddle is probably a frog. Just gonna throw it out there.
Why would the answer be frog?
It usually is. I don't know.
I was gonna say it's probably time. Everyone always does. Oh, what's the only thing that can do this, that, and the other? Nothing at time.
Oh,
It's always nothing
that's a
at
good one,
time.
too.
Nobody's ever clever with these things. All right,
Just
so
for now.
she did say the. Sorry, you were gonna say what were you saying, Brian?
Just going to say just for now. I'm going to just keep it on hand for now and ponder over it at a later time.
Don't worry about it. You know, secrets are your own business. Anyway, skull and sword. Yeah, Frida Long. Was it Longhorn? Was it Longhorn?
Frida. Yeah, the proprietor of the Skull and Sword is Frida Longhorn.
Yeah, Frida Longhorn's an old friend. She's a friend, so she can probably give us some good rates if you wanna head over there. Ain't the
Yes.
classiest joint in town, but come on, a bed's a bed.
Oh,
Though, I think I might likely turn in that quest. But I think I want to keep this letter.
Oh yeah, no worries.
Didn't quite specify what would happen to the letter, just needs to make sure it's not
Were you supposed to
delivered.
rough up that messenger? Because she's still in there.
He didn't quite specify what the messenger looked like,
No.
so it wouldn't matter.
Do you want a friend to go with you?
If you'd like to join me, Petro, you're welcome to.
Steve will join you. I like beer.
I mean, I'll drink to that.
Just, I will also drink to this. Hold up.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I already drank mine. All right. Well, I guess we're gonna head to the. I guess you guys go to the Gilded Lily. I'm gonna go to the Skull and Sword. Let them know we're coming.
Okay, we'll meet you there after.
I'll meet you there.
So going to the Gilded Lily first. The place is like you left it like only minutes ago, with Rupert Big or Big Rupert still sitting in the back.
I'm going to go ahead and make my way over to him and tell him the deed is done. The letter is disposed of.
Oh, well, then you didn't understand me. I would like to have the letter. You found it, then?
I did, but since it was not quite disconcerted what would happen with the letter, I went on ahead and did the deed and destroyed it for you, so it would never see anyone's eyes.
Give me a deception check.
Okay. Ooh, crusty my fingers.
Oh,
fuck!
So you-
Five.
So you roll a 5.
It was so close to being a 20.
But Rupert rolled a 3.
Oh, yes! Nice.
I'm so glad he got that, actually.
So anyone around you would have been like, that's bullshit. But Rupert is just like, he probably had a couple of glasses of ale at this point. And like he kind of trusts you. Like you come across as a trustworthy mercenary kind of person. And you have a bit of a name going for yourself. So he stares intently at you and he says, well, it's exactly as we specified, but then again, it's also not as we not specified, if you catch my drift. Most importantly, that letter should be destroyed. It should never reach the person who it was for. Anyways, I won't bother you with the details. Well done. 50 gold, was it?
It was 100 gold.
Clever girl. Oh. All right, then. And he hands over a pouch which contains exactly 100 gold pieces.
And that seems our
Nice.
business is concluded. Gonna go ahead and take that pouch and stuff it into my pouch.
In front of you, he rips the contract in two. He says, then our business is concluded. If you're ever looking for more work, you could probably find me here. I intend to travel elsewhere soon, but I do visit Emberwood Village rather often. If we run into each other, I might have another job for you.
Seems we will have more business to conclude then.
Yes, we will. Wonderful. Good luck out there. Don't try to get yourself killed.
Likewise. And then
Well,
she's
that
gonna
guy
leave with,
seems nice.
I don't trust him.
Oh, okay.
But we should go meet Corey. Come on, let's go.
Steve's coming.
I like beer.
I like beer.
I like doing human things.
Like brushing my
File my
hair.
taxes.
Taxes.
Is there a South Park episode about this? Like a human? Like,
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, it is actually. I think it's
remember,
the.
but yeah,
I think it's one of the
something like that.
Alien episodes.
Yeah, like oh, that's funny. All right, so you walk into the Skull and Sword, and you probably see Corey talking to Frida.
kind of uptight, but I mean, they seem pretty cool. She's calls herself like some majesty or something. And then the other guy's really big, and I'm talking really big. Like you haven't even seen a guy. Oh, hey!
I like it
Hey,
really.
who's really big?
So she looks over Corey's shoulder and she sees like a normal sized human being and what looks like an
Oh,
elf
human,
coming
yeah.
in.
Yeah.
So these are your friends?
Yeah, they're the ones I was telling you about.
He's not that big. He's just a
Eh.
normal human.
Yeah, you should see him when he's blue.
Well, we can take care of that. Round of ales.
Yeah.
That
Um,
sounds nice.
Just a tea for me. If you have herbal, that'd be nice.
Oh, you like beer, Steve?
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, obviously a beer for me, your finest ale.
Good. I only got one, so it's automatically my finest, right? And she just like shoves like over like 3 mugs of ale.
Yeah. So Frida, how would do you guys have any rooms or any place we can spend the night?
You need a place, Corey?
Yeah, I mean, like I would normally, hang out at my place, obviously, but these guys, we don't really have, lodging. We've been, buying equipment, so let's say we, buy a couple rounds of ale, pay a little extra, and maybe we can hang out in the cellar or something like that.
Oh.
Unless you got ears on another place.
Corey, you know what? You've done me you've done me a couple of solids, and I like you, Corey. Like, you're the life of the party sometimes, and sometimes not. But I do owe you one. Here, and she like on the bar counter, she slides a rusted key towards you. You know the Bark and Buzzard, right?
Yeah.
So right behind the Bark and Buzzard, there's one of the houses. It's currently not occupied. The previous owners, they went to Drakkenheim. Didn't return. Been a couple of weeks now. They gave the key to me just for safekeeping. I guess you can stay over there. Just like,
We'll have it back in the
just-
morning.
Yeah, well, I mean, just hang on
Hey.
to the key as long as you want.
I'm gonna.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna slide over 2 gold. Thanks.
You don't have to, Corey. Like, it's hard enough as it is out there. I know you're trying to make ends meet.
I really appreciate
Yeah,
that, Frida.
He's got a lot of gold. I'm not even sure where it all comes from.
Yeah, here and there, Petro. Here and there. Yeah, I appreciate that, Frida. Yeah, I'm pretty much down to my last. I mean, money is money, but whatever it can help me with my research and stuff, sometimes I throw it all there, and then once you run out, kind of sneaks up on you, right?
We just have to look out for each other a bit in this town.
Yeah.
So, who are your new friends? They look fresh. Haven't seen you before. Hi, I'm Frida.
The name's Briar. Pleasure to meet you.
Likewise. It's a big sword you have.
Hmm.
You know how to use it?
That I do.
I like that. Oh, what about your burly man friend over here?
Oh, I'm Steve, but you can call me Petro. You seem nice.
Right. That's it's an easy shorthand for Steve. I've heard that before.
Wow, you have? I didn't even know that.
Is he always like this? So,
Yes.
what brings you here?
What?
You, big man.
Big? Oh. Why does everyone keep calling me big? Oh, that's right. I almost forgot. I was sitting here by the sacred flame. I'm on a mission from Lumen.
You're
I'm-
a paladin?
Well, not yet. I'm kind of an aspiring paladin. But yeah, they trained me. And I'm kind of here on mission, trying to well, they said I'm not sure if this is right, but like eradicate delirium or something like that. But more than anything, I'm trying to spread the light of the sacred flame across the whole continent, really.
Uh-huh. That's crazy. Hey, you You guys want another? Like, you're still finishing your beer, right? I mean, just well,
Oh.
anything else I can help you with?
If we're just gonna, we've done a lot for today. I was thinking we could sit down, have a couple beers, and maybe listen. See, get a finger on the pulse of the town.
Yeah, it's been a buzz lately. There's a lot of new people moving in and out. I mean, you know the drill. We get more people coming in and just passing through and then never coming back. But lately, there's been a couple. Um, I've also she leans forward on the bar, like, Corey, your friends, they're cool, right?
Yeah, I mean, as far as I know, I wouldn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I guess for you two friends, listen, it's important to keep your nose clean in this town. We all do what we got to do to get by. But I would advise you, if you have any dealings with people, know who you're dealing with. Recently, there's been an increased, let's just call it scrutiny, by some members of the Queensmen.
I'm gonna glance over at the group in the back.
Yeah, that's part of them. I don't dislike them. They also bring some money in, but I know they shake people down, and I know better than to mix myself in that, but I don't necessarily agree with it.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, yeah, there's probably a couple of bad eggs in there. They're doing their, going a little extra aggressive when, for the most part, from what I've heard, they're surviving. They're doing their thing. It's like you said before, it's tough, and sometimes you gotta pull one over on a mark to really get by. I try to avoid scamming people who really can't handle it, but some people are just made of money and they don't know what to do with it.
That's how the Queensmen see it as well. One of them over there seems to be important, like he's been sitting here for a little while. I don't know, Corey. I'd say best stay away from him, but like you do you, right?
Well, I mean, you got to deal with everybody in the city, so might as well make introductions while I can.
Just watch out, okay?
I appreciate the advice, Frida. I'll keep my ears pinned back.
Oh, good. Just let me know if you need anything. For you too, nice meeting you, and be nice to Corey. He's a good guy.
Oh, I think I'm trying to be nice to him. I was a little rude to him earlier, but that's because I didn't know it was rude to call him a kitty cat.
Okay.
All right, you guys want to, sometimes I'm gonna be honest with you guys, Brian, Petro. There's a lot of people that you're gonna have to deal with every now and again. Sometimes you run into the wrong sort. Sometimes that wrong sort they don't operate too kindly. Now, if you get him, go with them early on, you might be able to stave off a little bit of pain later on. So I think it's time we made our introductions. Let them know we're here. See what they're on about, and maybe make a friend or two, huh?
Depends on what this group is
Come on, you're gonna love them.
involved in.
Gonna walk up very gregariously with. I'm gonna go ahead and buy a couple more rounds for like however many people are at the table. I'm gonna bring them each a beer.
So at the table, first off, like the Skull and Sword is pretty packed. There's cheap beer over here, and the beer is pretty okay quality. And it is rowdy. It's one of those places where there's like loud laughing, loud talking, loud everything. There's probably going to be a fight somewhere at some table at some point. It's just part of the atmosphere over here. In the back, there is sort of a makeshift booth, if you will, which offers little privacy, if any. but it does show, like, if there's any important guests, they probably sit over there. In this booth, let's just call it that, you'll see a couple of like really like evil-looking thugs, scars and everything, leather jackets. They look like they mean business. In between them, there are two gentlemen that are currently talking. One of them looks like a halfling with a very conniving-looking look on his face. Next to him, there's a man that I can only describe as, he has a face of a mouse almost. Equally conniving, if you will, but definitely human. Just short for his race.
Do I recognize any of them, or do any of them recognize me?
No and no. Well, as a matter of fact, the halfling you probably have seen before. That is the co-owner of the Skull and Sword. His name is Cuff, but you've probably never talked to him. He only like connects with like important people, so he's probably never talked to you.
So I mean,
with all due respect, of course.
If I've worked with if I've chatted with Frida before, he's probably seen me around.
Yeah, that he probably has. He just probably elected never to talk to you because you're not that important to him.
Well, times are changing. So I'm gonna walk up with a couple of beers, enough for each of them.
All right. So there's like 2 or 3 thugs, and then there is Cuff and the other gentleman sitting next to them.
Hello there, gentlemen. How are you doing on this fine, wonderful night? How's the Skull and Sword treating you? Hey, Cuff, how you doing? You run a great business, my friend. I gotta let you know that.
Yeah, I know. You live in town over here, don't you?
Of course, I run the fine establishment, Flinska's Imports Exports. Makers of fine mechanical items. If you ever need anything tuned up, repaired, come on to me. I got great prices.
Yeah, of course you do. Right next to him, one of the thugs just looks at you and just lets out a little grunt, and he says, have we collected from you yet this week?
Oh yeah, I actually paid up front. I've been working closely with you guys. Come on, you know me, Corey Flint's. You're probably not high enough to hear about it.
As this conversation is going, Cuff immediately stands up, takes one of the mugs of ale, and looks at you and says, "Well, I gotta look in on 2 other people. You guys have fun, okay?" And he walks away.
Yeah, see you later, buddy. He and I go way back. We like to jest.
So the other guy that is still sitting here in between the thugs just takes one of those mugs as well, pulls it towards himself, and looks you dead in the eye, Corey, and he says, "Believe I'll see you around town."
Yeah. I've been around here. We've been running in the same circles, so to speak. Maybe, different circles, same area.
Yeah, kind of the same circle.
So what brings you, a fine gentleman like yourself, to our humble little town?
Just talking a bit here, talking a bit there, having a drink, just all that. What about you?
Just about to go on a expedition into Drakkenheim to do some exploring, maybe come upon some great riches and find some wonderful artifacts, if I do say so myself.
You're going to be looting in Drakkenheim, huh?
Oh, yeah. Got a lot to do.
Interesting. Well, I think me and my friends here don't really need an introduction.
Of course not. Everybody knows who runs this place. The Queensman. Come on.
Yeah. We're all part of that. You know my name as well, don't you?
Do I know his name?
No, you don't.
Of course, I know your name, buddy. We probably go way back. We were probably a little on the tipsy side when we met. But come on, you know me. I know you.
Right. Thelonious, he says to one of the thugs next to him, and Thelonious just pulls out a dagger and puts it on the table, casually. And Mel looks over at you and he says, So what is my name?
Well, I can tell you now that it ain't the purveyor of fine daggers, because that is a rusty looking dagger. I could sharpen that up for you. I'm really good at that kind of thing.
The thug looks seriously insulted, but knows better than to speak up.
Well, Thelonious, it was a pleasure meeting you. You know, he and I go way back, but new friends. I got some new friends over here. You guys want to meet?
Yeah.
And look back at Brian Petro.
First, want to know if you know my name, though.
Come on, buddy. We know each other's name. We're way past names. We don't even need to get into the petty details of things. Come on, what's in a name, really?
That's a lot of name carries weight, Corey. I know your name. You know my name. You said I want to just make sure that you do. It's important to know someone's name.
Oh, it's really. Is there anything I can like glean from him looking over his? Does he have any name tags or anything?
So, this is a thug. Of course, he wears like, "Hi, my name is."
Hello, my name is Thug.
And I'm Steve.
So if you look this guy over, he has an interesting mix of clothing. Like at first glance, he looks for a common thug. He looks pretty prim and proper. His leather armor and his slacks, they look pretty well chosen out. They're of a fine quality. When you take a second to look better, you notice that it is in disrepair and that it isn't as fine as you would initially give it credit. There's no name tag on it though. So while this guy tries to look the part, he's just a thug, really.
Hey, Thelonious, isn't that but funny? He's trying to make, he always puts me on the spot like this. He really tries to, make an impression with the crowd. Got to be really intimidating. You're really intimidating, bud. I got to give you that credit. Anyway, I got to get back to my friends. It's been a pleasure catching up. Definitely see you at the next Queensman rally. And I will see you around.
He starts chuckling as you say this, and as you try to turn away, he says, wait. I would like to make him a little nervous. So you don't know my name, do you? That's okay.
Sorry, memory's not what it used to be.
What's the name between pals, right? Listen,
Exactly.
people call me Mel, which is a sensible thing, as that's my name.
Mel!
You also call me-
as he says Mel, Mel, right, I totally tipped my tongue.
Right. Well, you do well to keep that tip of your tongue. Blackjack Mel, if you will. Let me put it this way, Corey. We're in town to just size up a couple of things, have a look around, and notice that you've been busy with your little shop. It's the one that's near the river, right?
Lintz Imports Exports. Yeah, we've been, like I said, you got gear that's in disrepair. I can help you up. I can fix it up.
Yeah.
Very affordable rates.
Yeah, you're not expensive, are you?
Like I said, I am a very reasonable shop owner, especially with clientele as respectable as yourself.
This is going well?
Business goes as it needs to. Remember, money's money, but money's really only good as long as it can get you where you need to go. And
Exactly.
Yes, I will tell you that no, business hasn't been well in a financial sense, but I've been learning a lot, get a lot of research done. I got a lot of things going on, my friend.
Now, I do agree with you that money helps you to go where you need to go, because, you see, you still owe us for the last couple of weeks, and if you don't pay up, that money, it's not going to help you get anywhere, because busted kneecaps, it's going to be tricky to walk around,
Well, Mel, I thought our conversation was going really well. I thought, a couple of guys sharing a couple of beers, having a good time. You got to go and bring business into it. Why you got to do that, Mr. Mel?
Because we kind of have to.
Listen, We can talk in a more official capacity another time. But I'll tell you right now, there's other ways to work with each other other than scams and schemes. You know we can work together on a better capacity.
You want to work for me?
I'd say work with. You say work for. Whatever floats your boat.
Well, you got a good gathering of people with you. Maybe I got something for you later. Maybe I don't, but let's talk.
Yeah. You enjoy your drinks.
Yeah, you too.
I'm gonna walk back to them.
As you turn around to walk back to them, he just like takes all the drinks that are on the table, including the ones that were supposedly for you.
No, I brought them all drinks. Them drinks.
Oh, so not for yourself. Okay, cool.
No.
So as you're walking back to us, we're just at the bar, and I'm looking over at Briar, and I'm like, so first, the tadpole just gets these little tiny little arms, and he just kind of like tries to claw at the mud, and he just but can't quite get out. And then right after that, the little feet pop out of the back.
She's just slowly, casually drinking her ale more and more as it slowly. She's not putting it down. She's chugging it.
Really? That's crazy.
That went better than expected. Sort of.
Oh,
Hold
that's
on.
great to hear.
Well, I think we got ourselves some lodging for the night. Holds up the rustic key.
Oh, what did your friends give you that?
No, that was Frida Longhorn, the that lovely waitress or that lovely bartender that we were talking to.
Well, that's awfully nice of her.
Oh yeah, she's a real pal. She's been helping me out. We help each other out, you know.
What did your thirdling friend say?
Excuse me?
Your friend over there at the table, the thirdling.
What the hell's it? What's a thirdling?
Oh, I'm sorry. I forget that most people call them halflings. Just furbolgs, we call them thirdlings because they're about a third our size.
Oh.
Well, yeah. Yeah, he was the owner of the bar. He left a little early, but the other ones, they're part of the Queensmen. You know, I gotta respect it. Everybody's got to try to run their scams, but some people you just don't scam. You know, you don't play a player. So, might have a line on some work in the future if you ever need any kind of like. I'm running a little low on funds, and it'd be nice to stock back up. So.
Oh, that's a good one. And Petro kind of takes a little piece of paper out of his pouch, starts writing, "Don't play a player." I'm gonna remember that one.
Yeah, stick with me, friend. You're gonna hear 100 of them.
I don't think I'm quite too fond of that group that was over there earlier.
Yeah, they can come off a little rough around the edges, but they're just folk trying to survive, you know. Gotta make sure there's limits, but whatever. Anyway, who wants to see our glorious lodgings for tonight?
I think I might go ahead and take a look at these lodgings.
All right, and he's like twirling the key around his finger. You will not be disappointed. I have been assured it is the height of bedding.
Is there anything to eat there?
That is a great question. We could probably stop by one of the merchants in the middle of the town, see if they got anything by the way of food. Not Aldor though. He probably ate it all.
You hear this just like loud rumble from Petro's stomach.
I just
Too loud for Steve, right? Like,
Because,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
because thunderclap.
We heard in a 100-mile radius. Yes.
All right. Let's see if anyone's got any. What kind of food you eat, big guy?
Oh gosh. I'll eat just about anything. Potatoes, peanuts, almonds,
Okay.
tubers.
Okay.
Just about anything.
All right. All right. We'll see if they
If
got
it
anything.
grows in the ground, it goes in my stomach, as I say.
Okay. Well, there we go. That's pretty simple. Yeah, you got we can go find a menu for you. You wanna go check out one of these guys?
Sure.
Yeah, I'll follow you if you know a good place to grab some food.
So the merchants will, you can pick any of the merchants. All three of them will sell rations. The rations will go for 1 gold a day per person.
Dang, that's expensive.
It is. And the reason why it is expensive, by the way, is rations, as in food, is imported. All of it is actually imported. Even the water that comes with it is imported. Nothing in this area grows anymore, and the water is highly contaminated. So everything that you can eat or drink over here comes from far, far away. Because of that, the prices are pretty amped up.
All right, so not necessarily looking for full rations, but you got any potatoes? You got a sack of potatoes? This guy eats potatoes.
So you're approaching Orson, and Orson looks at you and he says, I got potatoes.
Yeah. Taters?
And you can do a
Boil
lot of
them,
things
mash
with
them, stick
Stick
them
them in a stew.
you
Yeah.
can do a
Yeah,
lot
that's
of
the
things with
one.
potatoes. Oh, God, you love it.
Yeah, I can fashion some potatoes for
Yeah, if you had some
Yeah.
potato stew, that'd be great.
for the 3 of yours.
Potatoes.
Oh, I'll take 2 helpings. Thank you.
All right. Just taters.
Yeah, I got.
Oh,
Hey, Brian,
uh,
you got anything to eat? I got rations. I got a couple rations on me.
What other foods do you have? Do you happen to have any vegetables or such that we could possibly cook these potatoes with?
Got some kale.
Oh, I love kale.
We will take the kale as well.
All right. So that's 2, 3, 4 helpings of potatoes and 3 helpings of kale. It's 2 gold.
I will go ahead and take out 2 gold from my pouch and give it to him.
Good. Don't want to be that guy, but you're talking to Aldor earlier on. I believe I heard you guys are saying that you were going into Drakkenheim.
We are mounting a formal expedition. Yes. We're also looking for backers. If you want to back our expedition, it'll be 10 gold per backer, and you get a little bit of whatever we bring back.
We also accept backing in the form of potatoes.
Now, whether I want to sponsor you highly depends on whether or not you've been in Drakkenheim before. Have you?
Well, I mean, I've seen a lot of documentation about it. That's practically been there. Yeah. How about you, Princess?
Once before the meteor struck.
See?
Now,
Oh, yeah, same actually. A lot before the meteor struck, but no, not since then. I've just heard lots of stories,
Yeah.
and people have conflicting opinions about it. It's all really confusing.
let me put it this way. Drakkenheim is pretty unforgiving, but it's very rewarding. And these crystals that come from the city, delirium, if you happen to find any of those, I'd be happy to buy them off of you at a premium. They do really well. There's a lot of nobles out there that want to wear the latest fashion, which seems to be delirium. There's some magic folk that like these crystals. So, any of you bring any of these delirium crystals back, I buy them in bulk if need to.
Wait a second. Are you telling me that people are wearing delirium like jewelry? It's like
Takes all kinds, I suppose, but yeah.
That is entirely inefficient and really stupid.
But it makes me money, so I don't care.
Alson, you should tell these people because from what I've heard, that stuff can drive you crazy. And if they're wearing it as jewelry, it's probably gonna drive them crazy.
They're probably already crazy, to be honest, Petrol. They're like, they're wearing, it's so valuable. You can do so much with that. Come on.
Well, Alson,
No.
I trust you to do the right thing.
No, I don't. Petro. All right, Orson, it was nice meeting you. Thanks for the tip. We'll figure out. Yes, if we have any excess, we know exactly who to bring it to.
Good. Well, hope to see you again soon. Try not to die in Drakkenheim. It's not worth it.
You seem, I gotta ask. You're from Illyria. You sound like you're from Illyria. Is that correct?
It's been a long time, but yeah. My cradle was in Illyria.
I do detect.
We're in Illyria.
Small village near Lumen, the capital.
Oh, that's nice. I went to school in Lumen.
Yeah. I didn't. I went to Westamar pretty early on, got caught in the Civil War, busted up my eye, and well, here we are.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, friend, but Flame be with you.
The flame lost me long ago.
Well, even the smallest light burns brightly in the deepest darkness, and I believe that your light might be small, but I believe that maybe someday it can burn brightly too.
Orson looks confused at like this religious blabbering from you, but he's not unappreciative. He just doesn't really know what to do with it.
I'm gonna like gently elbow Briar. Like he said, he's got a tiny light.
Well, again, Austin, it was a pleasure meeting you. Yeah, Flame be with you or whatever.
Right. Yeah, with you as well then. You got
yeah.
any business? Any delirium? I'll see you here.
Yeah, real quick, so we can get like you have some rations and stuff like that. You got some food and other probably salted pork and roasted nuts or whatever. I don't know. But what else? What is your specialty? What do you traffic in, so to speak?
Mostly food and water. It's a high precious commodity here in town. People need to eat. People need to drink. And I traffic a lot of delirium back out of town. That's currently my main thing. Everyone that comes in brings delirium in. I buy it at a premium and sell it at an even bigger premium. I got a lot of contacts that are dying for some delirium.
You got delirium on you right now?
Right now, no.
Make sure you're keeping the delirium and the food separated, right?
Sure.
You said the water goes bad. Do you also sell water rations? I need to refill my canteen.
You want a refill on your canteen?
Oh yeah, that'd be great. Thank you
Sure.
for offering.
Sure. That'll be 5 silver.
Oh, I thought you were just okay. All right. I go through my bag and I pull out 5 silver.
For the 5 silver, he fills up your canteen. Water seems to go at about the same price as alcohol here.
Wow. Well, thank you. And I take a small sip of it.
Tastes like water.
Well, yeah, pleasure doing business with you.
Yeah.
Hey, what is your story, Mr. Shopkeep?
You're looking over at the third one, right?
Just trying to get a feel
Corey,
for all
your
of them.
voice changed.
Wait, did it? What is your story, Mr. Shopkeep? Really?
You sounded like a never mind.
Oh, okay. What
So
is
the
your
third
story,
shopkeep-
Mr. Shopkeep? Anyway,
You sounded British for a second there.
I'm Corey the Flints.
here with plenty of.
No, well, now you're a Muppet. But earlier you were like Cockney. I swear.
Waka
Oi,
waka.
What's your story? All right. So yeah, I'm in. So what's your name?
So the third shopkeep that is currently around the caravan court is just like finishing up something, writing something in a notebook, and he looks over his shoulder at you and he says, "Oh yes, Armin Gainsbury at your service. What can I help you with, young Mister?
My name is.
You."
Yeah, my name is Corey. As a fellow shopkeep in town, I just wanted to make your acquaintance and see how you doing.
Right. Well, I'm doing rather fine. How about yourself?
Business is excellent, booming, you could say. Yeah, just here with my friends. We're making the rounds, checking things out, seeing how people are doing. You seem to be doing very well. You got a notebook, doing your sketches.
Yes. Is there anything in particular you like, or are you just browsing?
What do you got?
Oh, do you have any helmets?
Helmets, do you know?
Helmet, like made of like metal.
I believe Mr. Aldor would be your go-to person for armor. Or if you'd want to have something new fashioned for you, you could try the Crow and Sons smithy back there. And he points towards the
Oh.
west.
Okay. Well,
I don't.
Yeah, we already tried him.
Yes. Other than that, I don't do armor. I do mostly just adventuring gear.
Oh.
Well, thank you for your very keen description of adventuring gear that you provide. So, anyway, I think
Yes.
yeah. Brian, you need anything? Are we done here?
What's adventuring gear? Do we need adventuring gear?
He's
Well,
probably
anything you need to go on an adventure, my good man. Think of
Wow.
ropes and
like helmets.
bullseye lanterns. You don't need a helmet to go on an adventure per se.
Oh, well, we'll take all of it. That all sounds great. I need some rope. I need some lanterns.
Hey,
What else did you say?
Oh, well, I got plenty other things if you're interested. I have some sacks and I got this wonderful perfume vial. I got a normal lamp. There's some locks that I have that you might be able to use. I got a pitcher as well, and he starts listing like basically everything.
Yeah, I don't think
that he
we.
has.
Corey,
yeah.
you're the
Hey,
expert. So
Petro,
do we need all this stuff or
he-
just
he-
some of it?
He lifts the flap on his backpack, and you see like half of what the guy just mentioned in his backpack. Like, yeah, no, I don't think we need this. This is what everybody should have, basically going. Just day to day. Come on, who doesn't have rope?
How much weight can that rope hold?
Well, do you want a rope made of hemp, or would you rather have a silk rope?
Oh. Which is stronger?
The silk rope would be a lot stronger.
Oh, that doesn't make any sense, but okay. How much would that be?
So the silken rope, you will get 50 feet for 10 gold.
Oh, well, thank you for your time.
Yeah, wise choice there, Petro. Wise choice. I guess. I mean, it's pretty dark out. You guys want to pack it in for the night?
One moment. I think I might go back for that glowing orb.
Oh, go for it.
Oh, but that glowing orb was 100 gold, so
And I just got paid 100 gold.
you paid 100 gold?
Yes, I did. Aldor.
Gonna give it to this guy. Great.
They always come back. Hello, Miss Briar, was it?
That it is.
What can I help you with?
I'm quite interested in that glowing orb that you were selling earlier.
I figured you would be. It's 100 gold, though. Are you sure you could be able to afford this?
As a matter of fact, I just finished a contract. Here is 100 gold for you, sir.
Well, well, well. Someone who can actually make good on promises. And he shoots like an eye to Corey for a second.
Yeah, he just sort of like rolls his eyes.
Well, well. 100 gold indeed, if you'd have it, and I would be happy to part with this item.
I will be handing him 100 gold.
And in turn, he hands you this small shimmering ball. Yes, that is and he just feels the weight of the purse that you give him. He's like, "Yes, 100 gold, wonderful. Make do on your promise. I like that. Well, I wish you all the best, of course. Don't try to lose the drift globe, although it will follow you around if you walk around. So just don't die and you should be fine."
I will do my best.
Wonderful. Well, if you ever have something else that you need or want to sell, you know where to find me.
Of course. Pleasure doing business with you, Aldor.
Oh, the pleasure is all mine, I assure you.
Right. Anyway, see you later, Aldor.
Yes.
So as you walk away, you actually have purchased a drift globe, which is a magical item. You can add it to your inventory if you want to. Which I would highly assume you would, because you did pay money for it.
Yes.
You have to ask, right? So drift globe does a couple of really cool things. It is a small sphere that kind of looks like it's made of glass if you don't activate it. If you are within 60 feet of this globe, you can speak a command word, which I'm totally going to let you pick because that's fun. So you can speak a command word to the globe, and it'll start to emanate a light from it. Once it's used, it cannot be. It can be turned on and turned off with the command word. It'll float in the air, and as soon as it gets out of your reach, so that's about 60 feet, it'll start floating behind you. So it'll follow you around. So this is basically just like a torch that you don't have to hold. That's what it comes down to.
Okay.
You can also change the color of this thing if you want by just uttering the color.
Okay. Nice.
What's your command word going to be?
Yeah, that's a good question. What is your command word going to be?
And I have to think on
Petro is the best.
it. Is it Steve?
Steve. Yeah.
Steve. Steve Holt.
I think I'm going to name my drift globe Norman.
Norman. Well,
Norman.
that's a good pick.
Did you say Norman and it activates?
Yes.
Okay.
I love that. Okay, it's canon. It's going to be Norman.
Perfect.
Do you say that?
Tiny drift globe.
Do you say Norman and it like lights up or something?
Yes.
When you say Norman, you actually, if you're looking near at Corey, you can see flashing almost like under his coat, two glistening things that look like buttons. Maybe they sort of like flash out for a moment and then they're gone again.
Also, how did I end up sideways? My token is sideways.
I noticed, yeah.
If you scroll, if you click on it and then scroll, it'll
Oh.
yeah, it's like
There you go.
control scroll or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, if you hold control down and then use the scroll wheel on your mouse, you can flip yourself around.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh boy. All right, so I think it's getting pretty dark. You guys want to? Where's the barking buzzard?
So the barking buzzard is over here, which Corey knows, obviously.
It's down south of town.
I turned on the label. It's in the corner of the village. Now, the Bark and Buzzard itself is also an inn, and it is a rather interesting one. It's a small one-level public house. which is a rather popular spot just for the locals and for adventurers that are seeking more of a peaceful and laid back place to unwind. Because it's a little bit off the beaten path, and where the Gilded Lily is focusing on like the rich clientele, the Skull and Sword is the place to go to for a rowdy evening. The Barker Buzzard is more relaxed, if you will. The sign hanging above the door is the very reason why this place is called the Bark and Buzzard, by the way. It is a macabre but kind of weird and artsy kind of sign. Because it depicts a bloodhound and a vulture that is trying to feast on its entrails. So they're both like sort of smiling at each other, which is why it's called the Bark and Buzzard. Right behind it, it's a sight to behold, right? That's a sign. Right behind it is a small house that apparently should be your new home. It's not much, but it is at least mostly leak-free.
Like I said, grand acquaintances. No, what's the term for it? A bed place. It's a great place. Got beds and everything. Thank you,
I
Petro.
absolutely love it. All these roots that are growing up the sides. That's great.
Right. I mean, I can work on it a little bit. I'm pretty good at mending fences, so to speak.
I think it's fine just the way it is.
Well,
on the inside, it is just like a normal log cabin. There's no rooms. It's just one big central room. There is a hearth that you should be able to light. It is, as I said, mostly leak-free, but it's currently not raining, so you should be fine. It mostly doesn't smell of mildew.
Can I ask, how cold is it outside?
Let's just say it's like autumn in the... that also depends on where you come from. It is just a moderate temperature, not cold, not warm.
All right. I walk into the house and I kind of look around. Oh, this is nice. And walk straight to the back door, go out that way, and kind of find a spot on the ground behind the house. I'm just like, this looks like we're all asleep.
So as you go, that's fun. As you go through this building and you exit through the back door, so you're basically like in a little square in between the Bark and Buzzard and your home. You notice that in the middle there is a makeshift sort of ring made of a couple of like fence posts that are tied together with rope. And in between those fence posts, there is a standing suit of armor.
Oh.
Huh.
Hello, friend. Is there a person in there?
It doesn't seem inclined to respond, so either there is no one in there or they don't want to talk to you.
Oh. Okay. Well, that's kind of rude. I'm gonna sleep here. Is that okay with you, suit of armor?
They don't reply to you.
Okay. Hey guys. Did you leave this out here, Corey? I think your armor's out in the back
What?
here.
Corey has been making himself busy. Kind of, he's using mending to like try to patch up some of the walls just to make it look a little better. And
you do your best, but like if it's a pile of shit to begin with.
yeah, he's just making sure there's no leaks in the ceiling. So like he kind of climbed up a little bit the side, and he's the way mending looks is I actually don't have it around here, but I bought a glue gun. He has a fancy glue gun that is how he casts mending. It's wired.
I love it.
It's actually wired into his suit. It's sort of like it's in one of his pouches, but he plugs in a couple of these hair like silver lines that go up his sleeve and further up the suit. And he that's how he's trying to fix things. But so what are you saying,
wow,
Petro?
Your little glue gun thing, that's pretty cool. Oh right. There's a guy in armor in the backyard.
I mean,
So Corey, you would know what this is because this is a folk legend within the town. This suit of armor is referred to as Old Rattlecan. This is a suit of armor that has been taken out of the ruins of Drakkenheim. It is inherently magical, and it is a suit of armor that just kind of stands there by itself. And it is used either for sparring or to just for fun, to just kick it. People have a lot of fun with it, and it's just there. It's just part of Emberwood Village, and everyone sort of acknowledges it. It's kind of like a statue. Everyone is just like, yeah, it's old Radokan. So you'd notice.
All right, so I would, if he knew about this, he would probably have tried to use Identify to try to understand it, because I mean, anything magical is very interesting to him. So,
sure, if you want to, you can throw me an Arcana check and see what happens.
yeah. So can we do this as in like he's done this before, and now whatever knowledge he got back then, he'll have now. So like he
sure.
did this in the past essentially, because the moment he knew about this thing, he's definitely going to investigate it a bit.
Sure. So in that case, you've probably spent a little time on this to try and understand, and the best you can come up with this is that there is sort of like a slumbering inherent magic on this armor, which leads you to believe that apparently someone from the Amethyst Academy at some point created this. The what and why is beyond you.
I'm gonna look over at Corey and be like, "Oh, are you trying to figure out like if it's magical or not?" And I'm gonna use my Furbolg magic to cast detect magic on it.
That is cool.
Oh.
Yeah, because that will actually help you.
I'm like, I have a pretty good sense of these kinds of things.
Yeah, I mean, if he casts Identify as a ritual, it should tell him exactly what it is.
Yeah. So you're gonna spend, because that'll take you like 10 minutes or something to learn what it is exactly, right? But you're gonna spend that.
Yeah, with Petro's help, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's a ritual,
Yeah,
so it's not gonna cost anything other than time.
I get
Alright.
I get one of these per long rest. So yeah.
So as you do that, you will indeed learn that this is indeed a magical suit of animated armor, which usually suits of animated armor are usually made as sort of like a protection thing in a manner or something, where you would have a suit of armor, you would just animate it so it basically can protect you in your hour of need. You can give it simple commands, and then in a certain situation, it will come alive, if you will, and attack whoever is threatening you. It seems that this suit of armor is all that, but kind of malfunctioning, in that it doesn't protect anyone per se, but it just kind of stands there as sort of like a trading dummy. You could totally kick it, you could totally attack it, and if you destroy it by normal means, so by kicking it, slapping it, hitting it with your sword, it'll rebuild itself after a little while. At the same time, it will also yell all sorts of like British obscenities and other things to kind of like draw out you to do more. Things along the lines of "'tis but a flesh wound."
Sure. Yeah.
So yeah, so Corey then, so I'm imagining that this is something that he's learned before, like he's studied this before. So Petro comes up, what's this thing? He does the detect magic stuff. Oh, you mean old rattle cans? Yeah, don't worry about it. He actually picks up a little rock. Don't worry about that old bucket of bolts. And he throws it at it. Yep. He's painting an herb.
As you hit it, by the way, it'll
So
turn like
shiny.
it'll sort of like crankily turn your way and be like, "Have at thee, cur," and then just turn.
Yeah, don't worry about him. He's all bark, no bite.
Oh, okay. I mean, hello, friend. What's your name?
Hey, got it.
Doesn't
You gotta hit it.
respond to you if you talk to it.
You gotta hit it to make it talk.
Well,
to you.
I don't want to hit it. It hasn't hit me, so.
Let me just throw something at it. He throws another pebble at him. Clink.
Thunk. He just turns around to you and says, "Was that the best you can do?" And he just turns back.
You know what I mean? Good for a laugh.
I feel kind of bad for it, to be honest.
I mean, it's one of those things at the Amethyst Academy. Amethyst Academy. Every now and again, they do their thing, and they leave a bunch of. They don't care. They leave a bunch of crap in their wake. They don't deal with it.
Oh, that sounds kind of irresponsible.
Yeah.
Quite
That's what I've been
irresponsible,
saying.
actually. It's like leaving a dangerous weapon out in the middle of the open.
I mean, no one can really use it. It's sort of, I mean, I think someone tried to put it on one time. That was really funny. It spit him right out. It was great.
I'm actually just wondering, like, if it's not really using its helmet, maybe I could use it.
You could try. It's
Be
probably
my-
not your size, but you can try it.
Be my guest. Try to grab it. That'd be hilarious.
I hope you don't mind this automaton. And I walk over and I try to pull its helmet off.
As you grab its helmet to try and do that, make me because you're technically grappling it. Give me a strength check.
Okay.
Would it be athletics?
Depending on how you do it, sure.
I'm just pulling it off. I don't know. You're called DM.
If you just walk over there and just try to pull it off, yeah, there's nothing athletic. No, just make it athletics. Let's just make it fair.
Okay.
So strong, Petro. You got this. Well,
12.
So Ulradican got a 21 on that. Pretty strong. So there, like you're pulling at this helmet, and like you can't get it off, and all of a sudden it sort of like turns its head like towards you, and it says, "You yellow-bellied blowfish, let me go."
I'm blue, not yellow.
I was just picturing it like, stop.
What is his favorite color?
Something about
terribly
two swallows.
I'm terribly sorry. I just thought I could borrow your helmet, but it appears to be quite attached. So I guess you can keep it.
As you let it go again, it just like shifts back into place, and it just stands again there motionlessly.
All right.
That's kind of creepy, but
all right. I guess we should, bed down. This is my corner. You guys do whatever you're gonna do. Yeah.
I
There
will
is,
have my corner then.
There's obviously no reason to suspect that currently you would be in any danger, as you're in the middle of Emberwood Village, and there's no apparent danger around you right now.
And we got a
If you guys indeed decide to do a long rest, I don't think you need a long rest right now in terms of like actual game mechanics, but feel free to do a long rest because you're fine here.
We'll get him
Yeah.
back his detect magic and stuff.
yeah,
that's
like,
fair.
yeah,
Yeah.
and my disguise selves and all that. So
Fair enough. Yeah. All right. So the night was indeed settling in. You find a corner of this home, if you will, that is currently yours to settle in. And night passes over into day, and that a relatively bleak morning greets you as the sun comes up again.
All right. Well, it is early in the morning. Time for what a lovely day for a foray into the city.
you see that Petro already is up and has some like a little pan over the fire, and he's like cooking up some potatoes that are left over from yesterday's. Oh, I didn't have much, but I'm trying to just put together something warm to start our day. You know, breakfast is the most important meal of the day.
Hey, I guess anything about free food?
Never turn down free food.
Thank you for buying the potatoes, and thank you for preparing the potatoes.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for buying the potatoes.
Of course.
He pulls out some like beef jerky or some dried meats, and as well as the meat or the potatoes that come in from Petro. He's gonna have a couple of those too. All right. Okay, so you guys ready to head off? Are we ready to adventure?
I'm ready for my first adventure.
As long as we've got all the gear, let's go.
All right. So you guys are going to head out?
Hmm.
Did we get in? Was there anybody selling health potions by chance? Now that I think about it,
You haven't asked.
we should probably ask.
Walking out,
Yeah, that's probably good. Good idea.
Do we have any on our person yet, or no?
You do not.
You do not.
No, you
Okay.
do not.
All right.
So walking back to the caravan court, the 3 caravan owners are still there. So who do you want to talk to?
Well, that guy just has adventuring gear, and so this guy has food. Maybe Orson has some.
I'll take a quick talk with Thaldor.
Ah.
See if he's got any health potions.
Don't give money to that guy.
Well, at least you survived the night, so that is a first step. How are you doing? Good morning.
Hey, Aldor.
Good morning, Aldor.
Morning, Aldor. I brought you. We didn't have much left over, but I brought you a little bit of potatoes.
You bring him food?
Yeah, I bring him like just like a little bit. Yeah, like half a
Okay.
potato.
He looks at your potatoes as if you were bringing him his loved one. And he's like, well, that looks absolutely appetizing. I might just savor that for lunch today.
Oh, sure. I mean, sure. Eat it whenever you'd like, but I just thought you'd like it. You know,
It's
because
very kind of you, Mister.
Oh, sure.
I didn't catch your name last time.
Oh, I'm Petro. I think
Petro.
you met Petro yesterday. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, tasty. Thank you so much. I will remember that. Thank you. A kindness goes a long way, as they say.
Now, what can I help you with?
Wanted to see if you had any health potions on you by chance.
I do. Are we talking just normal health potions or the really strong stuff?
For now, let's stick with the normal health potions.
Very smart. Budget conscious, I might say. I have a couple. I got 3 health potions. They go for 50 gold each.
That's
I see.
that's really expensive. I mean, we did
Yes.
buy from you yesterday a little bit. What if I cooked for you? What if I made more potatoes for you? Do you
Then
think
I would
we
be
could...
very grateful.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, I bet. Being nice is only getting me so far. What do you think? Try my potatoes.
And then
Just,
what?
Just see if you like them. I just want to know if you like them.
Oh, you insist.
And he eats one of the potatoes.
I detect some rock salt.
Yep.
There's some herbs in there.
Rosemary.
Ah, there certainly are.
Very well done. Yes.
Yeah. Thanks. Whenever I'm traveling on the road, I just keep an eye out for like really good herbs, and whenever I see them, I put them in my little pouch.
Hmm.
It's my secret recipe, and you just can't find that anywhere else.
Well, I'm consider me a fan.
Oh, that's wonderful to hear.
Yeah. Well.
Still 50 gold each, though.
Ah,
Oh man,
Yeah. Appreciate.
I thought I
your,
was gonna be good at this haggling thing, but I guess I'm not.
You see, with the prices being as they are, and you have nowhere else to go, unfortunately, this is what the prices do. But maybe in the future we can work something out. You do something for me, I do something for you. I'm always up for a deal, if you will, but potatoes for a health potion seems like a bad investment, especially because I don't even know if you would make a return travel from Drakkenheim.
Why would we not?
we don't need his stinking potions, guys. Come on. We're fine.
tell you what, we'll keep an ear out on your favor when we return.
That sounds about right. I wish you the best and try not to die out there.
We will try our best, Aldor.
Good.
Briar, if you get hurt, don't worry, I can help.
Yeah. I mean, didn't he say he was a medic? We're fine. We don't need anything.
That's right.
For now.
As you guys are talking, and you walk away from the caravan court, Corey, I imagine you were like talking over your shoulder towards like Petro and Briar, like we don't need his potions and whatnot. As you do that, you bump into someone on the main road here.
Hey, watch where you're going.
As you turn around to like see who you bumped into, there's
he
three
obviously is the one who ran into him. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, there's three people standing in front of you.
Bunch
These
of
three
bozos.
people, by all means, also kind of look like adventurers. There seems to be a human, a half-elf, and another tabaxi. One of them is wearing plate armor and looks the part like a true fighter. The other one, the half-elf, kind of looks like someone who would know magic. And the tabaxi next to it is carrying a rather large bow. And the three of them look at you as you bumped into them. And they give you a smile. Other adventurers. Well then. Hello.
Hi there. How you doing? You almost messed up my get up here, but I guess I can muddle through.
So what are you guys doing here?
We are going. Who's asking?
Well, we're an adventuring party. My name is Pluto Jackson, and well, I'm accompanied by these two really cool people. I got Sebastian over here and Veo over there.
Hmm.
Oh wait, they're all three of your. So these two are cool. Okay.
What?
You're adventuring
Yeah.
party. What are you, like a band? We got a name. What's your name?
Well, we call ourselves Drakkenheim.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say like the Jackson 5 or the Jackson 3.
Draken Force. Oh boy.
We're the Jackson 3, the Three Crows.
They gone through the fire and the flames.
Yeah. Whatever.
Hey, listen, we've been to Drakkenheim already, and I mean, have you guys been?
No, can you tell us about it?
We're actually
No.
heading there right now.
Right. Well, listen, it's plain and simple. We're just visiting his dad's like smithy right now, and he points to Sebastian. We're visiting his dad's smithy right now. We got a couple of things to take care of. We got no reason to be like to have any qualms with you, but like watch out in Drakkenheim and like don't get in our way, if you will.
Hey,
Oh, we won't. Thank you
No.
for this good advice.
your dad may run a cool smithy or whatever, but if you really want your gear fixed and polished up, maybe even improved a little bit, come by Flintz's Imports Exports. I got you covered. I'll give you a friends and family discount.
You're noticing that Veo is looking at you, Corey, and as you're saying this, like her ears just go back a little bit,
Mm.
like a cat would do. That, like it's just like I'm unsure of the situation.
Yeah, shake your head. Your eyeballs are stuck.
This is the first time in a long time that I run into another tabaxi. Can't say I'm happy.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, that makes two of us, I guess.
Oh, you guys should be friends.
You're noticing that probably both Corey and Veo both have like kind of like a thick tail at this point.
Yeah. Nice bow you got there.
Yeah, nice. What's that? A metal claw? But what? Your own claw's not good enough? You're not drinking enough milk?
Oh,
I mean-
his metal claw is actually really cool. It's got a glue gun on it.
Thanks, Petro.
Oh,
Yeah, he sort of holds it up, and it's still like it looks a little ramshackle. Like there's you can notice maybe there's a hinge in there and a couple of nails that have been welded in, and yeah, it's some people don't understand the value of the tools that they come across, but I understand if you don't understand those kind of things.
right. Sebastian says, "Hey, so good luck, and don't like we're just gonna go.
Yeah.
Listen,
that's cool.
yeah, you too. So, whatever. Hey, and he just like steps like beside you and tries to walk past.
Okay, good luck to you too.
Yeah, sure.
Hey, do you got a helmet? Talk to the guy in armor.
Oh yeah. Ask about that. You have a helmet?
Pluto looks back to you and he says, "Why would I wear a helmet?"
Oh, just maybe you have one that you don't need anymore.
No.
Ah, well.
Hmm.
You look like you got a pretty thick skull. I don't think you need a helmet.
They scoff at you as they walk on.
I feel like an
How can you
asshole.
see his skull? How do you know how thick his skull is?
I mean, it was his forehead. It's a little bit, out there.
Oh, all right.
Anyway.
All right.
Alright.
Hey, you're gonna deal with those kinds of people all the time. The other people trying to make a name for themselves and stuff. Mostly don't worry about them.
Those that try to make names for themselves usually end up dead quicker anyway.
Corey looks back at
So
his
do you
sign
guys
and says
wanna-
Flintz's imports exports. Yeah.
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 So you guys want to head
No.
to Drakkenheim?
Yes.
Sometimes
Yes.
people cast a long shadow, but they're not actually that big on the inside.
Are you talking about yourself?
That's
Oh, sorry, I was catching up. I thought you guys were right next to me.
So as you're leaving Emberwood Village, you pass by a rather large farm, and you're noticing that while this farm is devoid of any crops or whatever, you notice that there's a large gathering of tents with some campfires in between. Seems like there's a bit of a crowd assembled over there. But you move past it, and you move towards Drakkenheim. From Emberwood Village, it is about a 2-mile walk, so not too far, but it is a bit of a travel. As you get closer, you catch sight of Drakkenheim itself. And for most of you, this will be your very first time that you will see Drakkenheim. And Drakkenheim itself is a sight to behold. Nestled within the pine-covered valley, Drakkenheim is a walled metropolis that straddles the wide and sluggish Dran River. A high rocky hill rises above the city, upon which perches Castle Draken, the very name to which the city had gotten the rest of its name of. Below the imposing fortress, you see cobblestone streets that weave around densely packed stone buildings and slate shingle spires. The city spills from the outer walls into a ruined urban sprawl. The great dome of St. Vitruvius Cathedral stands prominently southwest of the castle, and you can easily spot it above the city's walls. At the heart of the city, you can see the cosmological clock tower of Market Square, and to the northwest is the inscrutable tower of the Amethyst Academy. This soaring obsidian glass building is broken in half at the middle, but the top still hovers above in defiance of gravity. There's 4 bridges that reach across the Dran River in desperate limbs. One is covered in massive stone statues of the heroes of old, and another one lurches under the weight of ramshackle homes and other buildings constructed upon its length. All bridge crossings are inside the city wall and far away. Billowing clouds of midnight purple and dusky violet mask the sky overhead, casting the city in a dismal gloom. In the rare moments where the clouds do part, stray sunbeams scornfully shine upon the city. There hasn't been a clear day in Drakkenheim in 15 years. A couple of things that is, at this point, common knowledge about Drakkenheim is something that most travelers know, and I think, Corey, since you've been living in Emberwood Village, you would have at least heard of most of this. And even Briar, I think you've heard quite a few of these as well as you're working the area. Drakkenheim itself has been struck by a meteor 15 years ago, and ever since, the city is coated in this purple and pinkish mist called the haze. It is permeating the entire city, and for about 2 miles around, this mist is sort of just perpetually there. This haze is known to behave different than just normal mist. People know that once you go into this mist, it is very difficult to rest. Yes, indeed, if you are within the haze, you cannot get the benefits of a long rest. You will have to get outside to get any form of rest and recuperation. Other than that, wild stories are told about what lives inside the haze, ranging from as crazy as living corpses and tentacled monsters, or maybe as simple as just all manner of wild creatures that have started calling Drakkenheim their home now that the city is mostly vacated after the presence of the meteor. As you are approaching the city, it would make sense that all of you would have to plan where exactly you are going. You have a plan right now that Corey wants to find some delirium, and Briar, Petro, you being the good Samaritans, I will say, to escort him on this mission and see if you can get some profit from it yourself. For whatever reason, you will have to pick a place on where to go exactly. But where and when you will go into Drakkenheim is a story for next week.
Woo!
Woo! Okay. There was a lot to get through. That was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. Those steps. Love
I
it.
had a mechanics clarification question for you.
The one up?
You said a mechanic question.
Yes.
Because you said we can't take a long rest in the haze. Can we take a short rest?
So short rest, yes, you can. But obviously there are some, like you're basically going to be still for an hour. So that might have some repercussions depending on where you do that.
Okay.
The conscious
imagine
adventurer
so.
would not do that in the open street.
Sure.
But yeah, short rest to just basically just quickly like bandage yourself and whatnot, you would still be able to do that. But an actual long rest to regain whatever you would usually with the benefits of a long rest, you cannot within the haze.
Okay, good to know.
Yep. And knowing that you guys don't really have a healer with you other than, like, I mean, you're a paladin, using short rests might be to your advantage.
Corey's
here.
got cure wounds too, just in case.
Yeah, there's a last minute resort.
Yeah.
I've also got some band-aids and
No, Corey basically has some electric paddles. Clear.
Goblin
Yeah,
jumper
everything.
cables from World of Warcraft. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. That was a thing.
Yeah.
Forgot about those.
Which basically was what it is. Like the normal things that go into his other tools.
Yeah.
He can rip them out and just.
I think those things had like something like a 10% chance to work, and I remember doing it like 50 times in a row and like not getting any resurrections.
Yeah,
Anyway.
it was just they never worked, did they?
Yeah, they never worked.
Well, thank you all for joining us on our maiden journey, our maiden adventure into this horrible, horrible city.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this. As I said, like full disclosure, the first episode, like no matter how long I've been playing Dungeons and Dragons, no matter how many series we've made on YouTube, whatever. First episode is always very exciting, and we hope that it lands, and that all the webcams work, and like and that you guys enjoy it. Like there's so much that goes into that very first episode where you can check all the boxes and be like, okay, we got something working, we can move forward. It's always so exciting, and I'm so glad to see that everything just landed perfectly, and that we've had a lot of fun. So I hope you guys had a lot of fun as well in listening and or watching our first episode of the Dungeons of Drakkenheim. I think we're gonna raid out and visit another channel, and we will be back next week On Friday again, same time, same place on twitch.tv/Gilded at 6 p.m. EST, which is 11 p.m. GMT, on the top of my head. And if you can't catch those times, of course, you can watch us on YouTube and or listen to us on the podcast. For a complete overview of all our channels, you can visit our Discord. We got a full list over there of all our channels.
Yes.
Or you can go to thegildedflask.com for a comprehensive list as well.
Thank you all so much for enjoying, and please like and all that jazz for the YouTube and podcast, but also leave comments. What was your favorite character? What were some of the amazing voices that Barry did as our DM? Like he actually brought a lot of life to a lot of different people today. Like that was very impressive.
As did you guys.
So yeah, give us some feedback. What are some of your ideas? What should they do? What are some things that we can think about?
Who's your favorite character, and why is it Steve?
And why? And we need more names. Petro needs more names and ideas for what are some human things. What are some human things
Norbert.
that humans do? No,
Yes,
we already have an orbit.
Human things.
Human things.
Also,
Right.
yeah, thank you everyone who is hanging out in the chat. I know that we're not always replying, but we do see them and we appreciate them.
Yep.
So
I guess see you all later, and thank you very much.
Absolutely. See you next week. Bye-bye, everybody.